presentation of WGN Sports.
It is a beautiful night here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, as we get set for Chicago Cubs baseball on WGN Sports. Roof will be open here at Miller Park. Rivalry weekend. It's the Cubs and the Brewers in Game 1 of this series here on WGN. Hi again, everyone. Bob Brenly and Len Casper with you. A good start to the trip. The Cubs won both games in Houston. They've taken 6 of 7 overall, and the catalyst all year really has been the leadoff man.
Well, we know Alfonso Soriano can carry a team for weeks at a time when he gets hot, and make no mistake about it, he is red hot. His 9 home runs ranked second in the National League. 6 of those home runs have given the Cubs a lead in a ball game.
And believe it or not, most of his home runs have come away from Wrigley Field, but I have a feeling as it warms up back home, he's going to hit a few more.
I'm pretty sure it's going to even out over the course of the season, but so far 14 road games, he's hit 8 home runs, only 1 home run at Wrigley Field, but we know what the conditions have been like at the friendly confines in the early going.
Big Z is on the disabled list with the hamstring injury, so Randy Wells will start tonight. The starters with a pretty good stretch going here.
Yeah, starters have been doing a real nice job. You know, there have been some bullpen issues, but it isn't because of overwork. The Cubs starters are getting deep in the ball game. They've held opponents to a .235 average, and it's one of those things you get on a roll, and you don't want to be the starting pitcher to break the chain.
So Randy Wells gets the first shot at this spot with Zambrano on the DL. Excellent numbers at Iowa for the righty.
Yeah, 26 innings pitched, only 19 base hits down at AAA Iowa.
So the Cubs took 2 of 3 here during the first road trip of the season. They love to do that again this time around. Lou Piniella and the Cubs get set to battle the Brewers. Should be a full house all weekend here in Milwaukee.
WWE Superstars.
Hustle, loyalty, respect. That is the code in which I live by. Every time I step between these ropes, I give every single bit that I have.
No one in the WWE electrifies an arena like John Cena.
I will not stop until you remember the name John Cena.
John Cena on WWE Superstars. Expect everything.
That hits the spot. It's drinkability. It means Bud Light is good wherever you are. If you're at a party, or playing golf, like those guys, or at the bar. Draw another door. Don't say draw.
Never filling, always refreshing. Bud Light. The difference is drinkability.
7 aces.
Do you two want to sit together?
No, that's just the money I could be saving with Geico.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
It's the money you could be saving with Geico. You were made for each other. You like money. He likes money. Well, he is money.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Introducing Dairy Queen Sweet Deals. Any 2 items for $3, any 3 items for $4, or any 4 items for $5. Great food, great deals. I can get a chicken wrap and a sundae together. It's the meal I want at the price I want. The choice is mine. I'm master of my own domain. All powerful. Whoa, was that lightning? DQ Sweet Deals. What's your deal?
Chicago Cubs baseball brought to you by Bud Light. With just the right taste that never fills you up. The difference is drinkability. Your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Dodge dealers. To find the dealer nearest you, visit DodgeRockChicago.com. The Illinois Lottery. Play the Illinois Lottery. Have a ball. By Pepsi. Every generation refreshes the world. Visit RefreshEverything.com. And by Southwest Airlines. Travel Southwest Airlines for business and get where you need to go on time. Visit Southwest.com today.
Chicago Cubs baseball on WGN Sports is brought to you in beautiful high definition, sponsored by Comcast. Brewers have taken the field behind right-hander Dave Bush. There's just 1-7 in lifetime against the Cubs. Let's check in on the Cubs Pepsi lineup for tonight's game. Again, brought to you by Pepsi. Refresh everything. Soriano with 2 homers last night in Houston. Terrio Fukudome loves hitting in this ballpark. Aramis Ramirez with 13 blasts here. Hoffpower in for Lee. We might see Derek back in there tomorrow. Bradley in right. Fontenot at second. Coy Hill's catching for Mr. Randy Wells. Almost called him David.
Let's take a look at the Brewers defensively. Ryan Braun, Mike Cameron, and Corey Hart across the outfield. Corey Hart has changed his hair color for the game tonight. Bill Hall at third, J.J. Hardy at short, Ricky Weeks at second base, Big Prince Fielder down at first. Veteran Jason Kendall behind the plate tonight for right-hander Dave Bush. Bush has been really good here at Miller Park. 9 games over 500 in his career, 10 games under on the road. He throws all 4 fast, curve, slider, change. The important thing for him is his command and making sure he mixes his pitches.
Umpires for tonight. Tom Hallion's in his 17th year. The crew chief is Jerry Crawford. Phil Cuzzy at second. Todd Tischner at third. Let's play some big league hardball. Cubs and the Brewers. Cubs were here the first week of the season and took 2 of 3.
Don't want to miss that first pitch of the ball game. We know how much Soriano likes to come out of his shoes at that first strike.
And he got a slow breaking ball. Normally you get a heater, but I think that's a smart pitch to Soriano. He's not looking for that pitch, I'm sure. Now he gets a fastball for a strike. 1-1. The 7 losses for Dave Bush against the Cubs. The most defeats for him against any opponent. Bouncer foul.
Mentioned he's a 4-pitch pitcher. Fastball will sit anywhere between 85 and 91. A big curve ball in the high 60s. Change up in the low 80s. A slider from 77 to 84. Doesn't use his changeup much to righties. Doesn't use his slider much to lefties.
High fly ball for Ryan Braun, moving over into the gap, and he makes a catch. Cubs made a trade today. They had to make some sort of roster move to accommodate Randy Wells for this start. And Ryan Friel, who has faced the Cubs quite a bit as a member of the Reds, acquired from the Baltimore Orioles, along with a cash consideration for outfielder Joey Gathright, who first accepted an outright assignment to AAA Iowa. So he'll report to the Orioles AAA affiliate. This gives the Cubs a little more versatility because Ryan Friel can play the infield and the outfield. Another Ryan with the first knock of the night as Terrio reaches. Friel is coming off the DL. He suffered a head injury when he was hit by a pickoff throw on April 20th in Boston, but he's expected to be here tomorrow, and at that time the Cubs will have to make another roster move.
Yeah, you mentioned Ryan Friel gives Lou a lot more versatility. A guy that can really play just about anywhere on the field. He's probably more comfortable in the outfield. Very much out of the same mold as Reed Johnson. Maximum effort, 100% guy.
Yeah, he'll bang into some walls, but hopefully the padded ones. He's going to have to be careful at Wrigley. Swing and a miss by Kosuke, who has not swung and missed a whole lot this year. Throw over to first, and Terrio diving back in time. The Brewers got off to a slow start. They began 3-8, but they've gone 13-5 since. Had a 4-game winning streak snapped last night. Their 12-4 record since April 22nd is the #1 record in baseball. Cubs have gone 6-1 here in May. So two teams playing well. "13 career homers for Kosuke, and almost a quarter of them have come in this ballpark. He scored twice last night, but I think the play of the game was a catch he made in deep center.
Kosuke's looking more and more comfortable out there in center field, and it was especially surprising at Minute Maid Park with Towles Hill out there in center. A lot of room to roam. Made a great adjustment at the end of that play you're talking about. A false start that time by Ryan Theriot down at first base. It looked like he had Dave Bush's delivery timed pretty well. Took a crossover step, but then immediately slammed on the brakes. Apparently felt he didn't have a good enough jump to steal the base. He's really working hard for a lead over there. He's added a step and a half to the lead off over there at first base after the first couple pickoff attempts. Still able to get back easily on his belly. He could probably get another half a step on that lead.
Well, he waited back on that off-speed pitch. Still 2-2 on Kosuke, and I think he was confirming there with Tom Hallion that the pitch would have been a called strike. Ramos red hot. 5 hits in that 2-game series. He's on deck. Theriot runs. A strikeout. Safe at second. He did get in. So Kosuke becomes the second out of the inning. Theriot with his 7th steal.
He picked a good pitch to run on the big slow curveball that resulted in the swing and a miss at the plate, but that off-speed pitch gave the Riot a couple of extra steps towards second base. Reaches out with that right foot and beats the tag of Ricky Weeks at second.
So here's Ramirez, 3 RBIs away from 900 in his career. And he takes it low and outside, ball 1. A lot of action in his battles against Dave Bush. 3 doubles, 3 homers, and 28 at bats. He's walked a couple of times. He's been plunked twice. 3 strikeouts.
We mentioned it last night in Houston. Ramos, after missing a few games with that strained calf muscle, came right back and picked up where he left off. Really swinging the bat well down in Houston those 2 games. And this is a guy you like at the plate with 2 outs and a runner at scoring position.
And with a 2-0 count, here's the pitch. Got the curveball over. 2-1.
66 miles an hour on this big bender from Dave Bush. It might have been a little high when it crossed the front of home plate. That shows you the kind of respect that the Brewers have for Ramos Ramirez, though, throwing him a off-speed breaking ball in a 2-0 count.
And the next pitch was 23 miles an hour faster. So makes an 89-mile-an-hour heater look at about 95 as Randy Wells hoping his teammates can give him a lead before he takes the mound. Big crowd here in Milwaukee getting up. For a 2-2 delivery. Blocked by Kendall. It's full 3-2. Bush pitched well in a no decision in his last outing, 7 innings. Didn't give up anything into the 7th against the Diamondbacks, and then gave up 3 solo home runs. The pitch, a chopper to the third baseman Bill Hall. He's going to fire over to first. They get Ramirez, and that ends the inning. Single, a stolen base by Terrio, but the Cubs draw a blank. Randy Wells to the mound when we come back.
Pepsi's got another hit on their hands, and it's called Pepsi Throwback. Introducing Pepsi Throwback, made with natural sugar, only for a limited time. Sing it, baby.
When your neighbors ask who does your lawn, just open your garage. Excellent maneuverability. Wide range of cutting decks. And the quality and great price of Craftsman. Innovations, the broadest selection, and better value. No wonder Craftsman is among America's most trusted brands.
Okay, maybe it was my fault.
She told me to kill the weeds.
And you did, along with the grass.
I used the wrong stuff.
Oh, there were dead spots everywhere.
This is the right stuff. Ortho Weed Be Gone Max. It kills weeds down to the root, even the tough ones like dandelion and crabgrass.
But unlike that other stuff, it won't kill the grass. Ortho guarantees it. Kill the weeds, not the lawn.
Weeds, not lawn.
Got it?
Yeah. Ortho Weed Be Gone Max.
Defend what's yours.
Brewers clinched the National League wild card, beating the Cubs on the final day of last season. Weeks, Hart, and Braun at the top. Fielder, Cameron, and Hardy in the middle. Hall, Kendall, and Bush at the bottom. This team's starting to heat up offensively.
Take a look at how the Cubs take the field defensively behind starter Randy Wells. Brought to you by Pepsi. Pepsi, refresh everything. Soriano, Fukudome, Bradley across the outfield. Ramirez and Terrio on the left side. Fontenot at second base. Micah Hoffbauer getting his 3rd start in a row at first base, filling in for the injured Derek Lee. Had a nice series down in Houston. Coy Hill will be doing the catching tonight for right-hander Randy Wells. Mentioned his numbers at AAA this season. 19 base hits in 26 innings. He recorded 21 strikeouts against only 7 walks. That's right about his minor league career average. 3 strikeouts per base on balls.
And he starts Ricky Weeks with a strike. Weeks comes in at 271, but in talking to the Brewers broadcasters, they say he's hitting everything right on the button and should have a higher batting average. Yeah, I like those command numbers, Bob, particularly for a guy who didn't start out as a pitcher. Randy Wells was a catcher up until 2003. Cubs took him in the 38th round in 2002. He didn't pitch in high school or college. He's from downstate Belleville. Went to Southwestern Illinois College. But he has, as you talked about, thrown strikes throughout his pro career. 1-2 pitch, bounces up there. Good mound presence, not afraid. Those are the intangibles you like.
I think that would be a good career move for anybody. You know, make him go behind the plate for a while and then send him out to the mound. You get to look at it from a different perspective. Sometimes when all you know is being the pitcher out there in the middle of the infield.
And he strikes out Ricky Weeks.
Yeah, sometimes you can make it a little bit too hard, but after working behind the plate with pitchers, he has a little better grasp of what it takes to get big league hitters out. Well, he just overpowers Ricky Weeks here. You mentioned he's hitting a lot of balls hard. He's also swinging and missing a lot in his last 7 games. 9 strikeouts in 29, now 10 in 30 at bats.
Corey Hart smacks one right back through the middle. The Brewers' first hit. And now you have Braun and Fielder coming up, and they're both hot. Braun hitting .411 over his last 15 games. Fielder at .377. Braun has dealt with some nagging injuries here early on, going back to spring training. The side muscle problem, had an MRI. Recently had another one because of some back stiffness. And he takes ball one from Wells.
A lot on Randy Wells' shoulders tonight. Obviously his first start at the major league level. But when you pitch the first game of a 3-game series, there are certain things you want to establish against the good hitters in the other team's lineup, and against Ryan Braun and Prince Fielder in the on-deck circle. You want to establish inside. Let them know that you're going to come in there hard with that fastball to set up pitches on the outer half of the plate.
Two 2-0 on Braun. Hart with a lead at first, not running. 3-0. Brewers don't run a lot. They like to keep those guys on the bags with the power guys at the plate. They've hit 35 home runs on the year. They've stolen just 9 bases. Takes it all the way. Strike one. How about A-Rod's return? 3-run homer, his first at bat of the year after hip surgery. And as the Yankees are in Baltimore tonight. Full slate around baseball. We'll keep you posted. Cardinals are trailing early in Cincinnati. Cubs starting the night in second, 2.5 out. Milwaukee just a half a game behind them in third. 3 back. Pitch, and he just walked Braun, and that'll bring up the very patient Prince Fielder, who's taken a lot of walks. As we set the table for the weekend, check in on the standings in the division, and the Cardinals trail at Cincinnati 5-0 in the top of the third. So 4 of the 6 teams are over 500. Prince Fielder's on a pace, Bob, to walk 140 times. I don't know if he wants to walk that many times, but obviously teams haven't been throwing him pitches to hit, and he's decided to just keep the line moving.
You know, either he's become much more patient in his old age here, he's a grizzled veteran now, or teams just aren't challenging him, one or the other. First pitch low, second pitch away. I don't care how good your control is, you've got to get ahead in the count against big league hitters. You can't consistently go 3-1, 2-0 on good big league hitters.
A 2-0 pitch. That is a strike. It's 2-1. Fielder has 5 home runs and 24 RBIs. He probably should have 6 home runs and 27 RBIs. He got a sac fly in that Sunday night game against the Cubs, but he wanted a grand slam, which would have tied it. But Reed Johnson took it away. 3-1. Kick and the pitch, ground ball. Terrio, the shortstop, on the big shift, and they get the out at first. Well positioned.
Well, it seems like we talk about this every time we play the Brewers or any team that the Cubs play that exaggerated shift against. That's something you don't work on in spring training. I don't ever recall seeing a major league team take an infield defense with that particular configuration. Ryan Terrio did a nice job to get to the ball. He looked back over his right shoulder. Of course, there's nobody at second base. The only play he had was to go on to first.
So it's Mike Cameron, and Wells deciding to work from the windup with runners at second and third. Nope. Going to go from the stretch instead. He's made more pitches from the stretch in this inning. Swing and a miss. It's kind of interesting, Bob. He was standing on the mound looking like he was going to go from the windup. He stepped back off the rubber with his right foot, which sounds minor, but he saved a run. If he goes with his left foot, that's a balk.
Yep. Got to break contact with the rubber, and as a right-handed pitcher, his right foot is his pivot foot. You see it happen all the time. Guys standing over the rubber from the windup. They get a shout from the bench. They want him to pitch out of the stretch, and they step off the rubber with the wrong foot.
Way up in the air to right, giving Bradley all kinds of time to get over there. He catches it just in fair territory. Flips it into the seats, and we've completed 1-0 from Milwaukee.
You can spike one. You can ride one. You can catch one. But it's still not summer until you open one. Bud Light Lime. Superior drinkability. Ultimate refreshment. A splash of 100% natural lime flavor. One taste and you'll find the summer state of mind. Bud Light Lime.
Check.
Strength meets intelligence. The surprisingly efficient Ridgeline, built by Honda.
My doctor told me something I never knew. As we get older, our bodies become less able to absorb calcium. He recommended Citracal. It's a different kind of calcium. Calcium citrate with vitamin D for unsurpassed absorption to nourish your bones.
I love the car. Show me the Carfax.
Car flaps. Sure.
No. Carfax. Show me the Carfax.
Car maps. Sorry. Denver, Seattle.
Stop doing that.
What?
Carfax provides a vehicle history report so you can buy a used car with more confidence. Get it free at thousands of reputable dealers. Just say, show me the Carfax.
Well, Randy Wells got through the first inning. Struggled a bit with his command, but able to get through it. He and Coy Hill have been teammates at the AAA level, and now here with the Cubs as Dave Bush starts Michael Hoffpower with a strike. Derek Lee is going to take batting practice. Some ground balls today, still bothered by the neck injury. So third straight start for Micah at first. And if Derek feels well tomorrow, he'll get back in there. High fly to center. This is no problem for Mike Cameron. Don't miss the action as the Cubs battle the Padres this Tuesday, May 12th. Game time 7:05, but be sure to arrive early. The first 10,000 fans will get an exclusive limited edition Ernie Banks bobblehead doll. Compliments of Only Vegas.
Speaking of Ernie Banks, he's the topic of one of our This Day in Baseball history. Kind of an oddity. Cubs skipper Whitey Lockman back in 1973 got thrown out of a ball game in the 11th inning in San Diego, and Ernie Banks took his place, and the Cubs came back in the 12th inning to win the game 3-2. Technically the first black manager in Major League Baseball.
1-1 on Bradley.
And he won.
Yeah. So 1-0, is that it?
Retire, yeah. Quit right now. Highest winning percentage ever.
A little bit of a coaching switch tonight. Ivan De Jesus, special assistant, is at first. Matt Sinatro's out in the bullpen. That's because Lester Strode, the bullpen coach, is in Arkansas this weekend. His son Blake, graduating from the University of Arkansas, is going to try the pro tennis circuit, and he's going to attend Harvard Law School. So congratulations to Blake Strode. And great to know that Dad can be there this weekend. So Matt's out in the bullpen.
Matty spent a little time in the bullpen now. He's probably very comfortable out there. Does a nice job as the first base coach, but he's very familiar with bullpens. Well, you're a backup catcher. You spend a lot of time out there with the relief pitchers.
3-2 to Bradley. He got under it. And Corey Hart finally catches it. That ball was up there a long time.
Well, both Hoffpauir and Bradley narrowly miss squaring those balls up. Towering fly balls to the deep part of the outfield. The ball seems to be carrying pretty good here tonight. You mentioned just got under it a little bit, made a good sound off the barrel of the bat, got out on the front foot but kept his hands back well, just missed it.
Ball one to Fontenot. St. Bush used his curveball liberally early in the count. Dave Bush has taken a no-hit bid into the 8th inning 3 times in his major league career. The latest was April 23rd in Philadelphia. Matt Stairs hit a pinch hit home run with 1 out in the 8th to break it up. He grew up not too far from Philly, did it in front of his family and friends. So he's gotten close. Broken bat, one hopper to Ricky Weeks. And that's it. The Cubs go down 1, 2, 3, 5 straight retired by Bush here early on.
0-0. Chic Extreme 3, the only disposable with 3 flexible pivoting blades and 2 conditioning strips for a smooth, comfortable shave. Chic Extreme 3, for your skin.
Painting will never be the same. Wagner brings you the only power painter with Optimus dual tip technology. With a more refined spray pattern here, Wagner's dual tip design delivers better paint coverage here, superior control here, and a beautiful finish here. All of which adds more to life out here. The new Optimus Power Painter with dual tip technology only from Wagner. The finish you want, the value you're looking for.
Commute. Commute. Shuttle. Shuttle A. With McDonald's McCafe, a better day is possible. Introducing hot or iced mocha with freshly ground espresso, real steamed milk, and decadent chocolate. Cubicle. There you go. Thanks. Cubicle A. If you haven't tried a mocha yet, McCafe your day.
Hey, Cub fans, don't forget to check out our WGN baseball blog on WGNTV.com. Click on the sports link. Look for Len and Bob's baseball blog. Up on the blog tonight, I have a post with some travel notes from Milwaukee. We have game notes from Stats Inc. and much, much more. Once again, WGNTV.com. One strike, make it 2 strikes. J.J. Hardy, slow start, but he's hit in his last 5 straight.
Eight out of 18 in his last 5 ball games with a homer and 9 driven in.
And he's even it up at 2-2. We were looking to put video of you with your brat earlier, but you ate it too fast. So you're going to have to eat another one later.
I will gladly oblige.
3-2. Bill Hall on deck. The wind and the pitch bounced foul.
I haven't seen a lot of Randy Wells, but he looks to me to be the kind of pitcher that defenses like to play behind. Works quickly, gets the ball back from the catcher, right back on the rubber, ready for the next sign.
And he walks the leadoff man after an 0-2 start. And here comes Bill Hall. Suffered a hamstring injury on Monday in his first career start and left, making a diving catch in the first inning. Got hurt, had to leave, missed 2 games, and was back in there yesterday.
That outfield's tough duty.
He's played a lot of center, but he was filling in for Ryan Braun, and he got hurt. Let's go back a few days. I was in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he's a pretty good athlete. I'll tell you, he's moved all over the field for the Brewers, finally settling in this year at third base.
Ow, next to bat, yeah.
Ow, ow.
I think Bill Hall will probably be at third most of the time the rest of the way. 1-1. Speaking of hamstrings, Carlos Zambrano is playing catch, doing some leg work out in left around 3 o'clock this afternoon as he rehabs. Well, the manager was asked, what do you expect from Randy Wells tonight? He said 9 innings and a shutout.
That's what you expect from every starting pitcher when he goes out there to take the mound, and then you adjust as the game goes on.
And then he said, now just give us a chance to win. Two and one.
He's going to have to find a way to get into that strike zone a little more consistently early in the count. He's really been playing with fire. This Brewers lineup, as we've seen in the past, can really explode on you if you put yourself in those good hitters counts too often.
Looks like most of the late arriving fans have gotten in. I don't see many empty green seats at this point. Maybe the tailgaters were finishing up their dessert out in the parking lot. 71 degrees, roof open for the second time here in 09. Might be the only game it's open this weekend. Looking at the forecast, temperatures are going to be in the 50s the rest of the way. Maybe a little rain tomorrow, but we'll play.
Beautiful night here tonight. Well, you're never quite sure with these retractable dome stadiums, depending on the weather conditions and the weather forecast for later in the evening. Sometimes batting practice is taken indoors when you'd much prefer to be outdoors. But beautiful night here tonight.
Close pitch. And it's tough, quite honestly, to get that call when you've thrown more balls than strikes, which has been the case for Randy early on. I mean, if you're strike one, strike two, strike three, you might get that call. Three-2 on the way, swing and a miss. Similar pitch as he gets Bill Hall.
That time scooted it over just a little bit, caught a little bit more of the plate, made it look more tempting to Bill Hall. That slider just dipping underneath the bat at the last instant. The Cubs really don't have to worry too much about J.J. Hardy over there at first base. He's yet to attempt a stolen base this year. He's one of those guys, you assume middle infielders are fast for some reason. Second baseman and shortstops, you always assume they can run and steal a base. It's not really the case with J.J. Hardy. He's got great range. He gets a great first step defensively at shortstop, but doesn't really have base stealing speed, doesn't have much of a lead over there at first.
Kendall bounces to Ramirez, but it's foul. Mike Rivera, who is on the disabled list, had been the valet catcher for Dave Bush, so Kendall catching Bush for just the second time. And Rivera may be back in a few days when he's eligible. He has a sprained left ankle, so he's being backed up by Carlos Corporon, who picked up his first major league hit the other day off Paul Janisch, a position player. Now, does that count?
Of course it counts. And after that ball game, when the Brewers flew back here to Milwaukee, one of the coaches told him, since you got your first major league hit, you get to sit in a special seat on the plane, or on the bus rather.
Bounced over Ramirez. As Soriano will pick it up, he's going to try to get Kendall, and it's really close, but he's safe. Good throw by Soriano. It's a double.
Quickly finish that story. The coach told him you get to sit on this seat on the bus, the special seat. Well, it turned out to be Bob Uecker's seat.
So he didn't end up there very long.
Didn't last there very long. Another nice quick play by Soriano out there in the left field corner. The high bouncer over the head of Ramirez. He had a long way to run, backhanded or barehanded play rather, on a hop, and they made that close at second base on Jason Kendall.
So it's Bush at the plate, and the infield is in. Outfielders coming in a little bit as well. Ball one. But it looks like the dirt is darker right in front of home plate, so you'd assume it's a little softer, but not the way it was bounced off the bat of Jason Kendall. Like concrete.
Looked like an old-fashioned AstroTurf hit where the batter used to just pound the ball down off of that funny grass and bounce it over the infielder's head. That ball didn't bounce again till it reached the outfield.
Yeah, it looks a little wet in front of home plate, but I don't think it is. Packed down pretty hard. Great foul. Both these guys at one time pitched for the Toronto Blue Jays. In the case of Randy Wells, just one appearance last year after he was a Rule 5 pick from the Cubs. Eventually he was sent back to the Cubs, went to Iowa, and then late in the year got a call up. And had 3 scoreless relief appearances before being shut down due to a right forearm injury. 2-2, it's outside. He's run it full. Well, these have not been easy outs to get for Randy Wells early on, but so far he's keeping the Brewers at 0.
Well, Dave Bush may have done Randy Wells a favor right there. Borderline up fastball on the 3-2 count. Bush swinging right through it.
So everybody backing up with 2 outs. And Weeks pops it up. Hoffpower reaches into the dugout, made the catch to end the inning. Not going to get any help over there, but he didn't need any. Reaching over the railing, nicely done. They leave 2. 0-0.
Instability, bad.
Nailed it.
Drinkability, good. Not too heavy, not too light. Bud Light. The difference is drinkability.
Snapple.
Jim, we found better stuff.
What?
Look at this stuff.
That's good stuff.
Natural stuff.
Big news, everyone. We found better stuff.
What stuff?
This stuff.
I love that stuff.
I thought we already had the best stuff.
Yeah, but this is better stuff.
It's the new stuff. It's like the same stuff. This stuff's better.
Healthy green tea, tasty black tea, real sugar.
That's the stuff.
The best stuff on earth just got better.
Weekendville. Paybackville. Truthville. Feed your summer fun with the full, juicy flavor of Johnsonville sausage. Create your own Ville at johnsonville.com. Detachability, bad.
Now, you see, that's why I don't ride a bike.
Drinkability, good. Not too heavy, not too light. Bud Light. The difference is drinkability.
Michael Hoffpower looking like a gold glover over there at first base.
A quick peek down at the railing in front of that dugout, reaches over, and as you said, no help over there. Former Cub Casey McGee kind of leaned out of the way. Yeah, if he flipped over and landed on the dugout floor, they'd pick him up then, but they're certainly not going to help him as he's chasing that fly ball.
Hill, Wells, and Soriano against Dave Bush in the 3rd. Hill is switch hitter. One and one the count. You see Soto back in there tomorrow night. Ryan Dempster and Giovanni Gallardo tomorrow, and Sean Marshall, Jeff Suppan on Sunday. Special half-hour edition of the Leadoff Man at 12:30 on Sunday, right here on WGN. 2-2 on Hill.
Well, the Cubs didn't arrive here in Milwaukee till around 3 o'clock in the morning. And as much as Gio would like to be in that lineup, physically that's a pretty quick turnaround.
Full count, 3-2. Randy Wells on deck, getting ready for his first major league at bat. Gio hanging out in the dugout tonight. Got him, called strike 3. Tom Hallion has that emphatic strike 3 call. Cub fans, don't forget to visit the WGN Sports Game Zone at WGNTV.com. Brought to you by The Great Escape for up-to-the-minute stats and information designed to give you everything you need to know during the game. The WGN Sports Game Zone is available for every Cubs game. It's brought to you by The Great Escape pools, patio sets, play sets, hot tubs, and more. See how the former catcher does here in the big leagues. I guess what kind of Bernie Brewer hanging out, taking pictures. I guess what kind of sparked the idea of pitching for Randy Wells as he makes contact and will be thrown out by Weeks. He was the third catcher on a single A team. You're that far down on the depth chart, you start to think about other things.
Yeah. I mean, the first thing you think about is injuries to number 1 and number 2. But if that doesn't happen, you probably ought to think about moving to another position or another profession.
He was catching on Sundays and eventually worked with pitching coach Mike Anderson, who's the brother of Brian Anderson, the play-by-play announcer for the Brewers. I was talking with Brian about Randy before the game. And it has worked out well for Randy. Fouled back by Soriano.
You just saw Soriano get tied up a little bit with an 89-mile-an-hour fastball. I think that's because Dave Bush throws so many off-speed breaking balls. We've seen that curve in the mid-60s.
Like that one.
Yep. Makes that fastball look a little quicker.
Fielder catches it. The Cubs with just 1 hit through 3 as Bush has settled in.
I'm on the journey of a lifetime.
We're pretty much in the clouds.
But the story isn't over. So continue the adventure on Around the World for free. Now on Monday nights at 9 East, 9 West. A WGN America original.
Yeah. May your hands always be busy. May your feet always be swift. And may you have a strong foundation when the winds of change shift. And may your heart always be joyful. And may your song always be sung. Sing it. May you stay forever young. May you stay forever young.
Every generation refreshes the world.
Cool.
When your neighbors ask who does your lawn, just open your garage. Excellent maneuverability. Wide range of cutting decks. And the quality and great price of Craftsman. Innovations, the broadest selection, and better value. No wonder Craftsman is among America's most trusted brands.
Coppertone Sport. It's your edge over the elements. The sun, water. It's the one proven to give better coverage. It's waterproof and ultra sweatproof. Anywhere on the planet, there's no better protection. Coppertone Sport.
What are you doing, Bob? I finally figured out how to get my lawnmower to sense precisely the speed I want to walk. It's going to be effortless.
Why don't you just get one of these? Toro Personal Pace Technology. Mowing has never been easier.
Well, a couple of ways this thing could go for Randy Wells. Either he'll continue to struggle or he'll get locked in. Hasn't been easy, but he's found a way to escape. I guess you could call it the great escape, right? The first 2 innings. As Milwaukee has stranded 4. 1-0 on Corey Hart. Good catch on the hair. I noticed that too. I saw Corey Hart in his civilian clothes when I walked in. No, is he dyeing his hair now or was he doing it before?
I'm not really sure. Only his hairdresser knows for sure.
I'm guessing, I don't know. It's a good question. Almost bleached blonde before. I'm guessing he was dyeing it then. We may never know. I don't know if we want to know.
Just, I just noticed that it was real obvious. As you said, normally he's kind of a sun-bleached blonde with a little different look.
Similar facial hair for J.J. Hardy. Two and two. Sounded like he broke his bat as Bradley's going to come in. He's going to slide. And he caught it. Oh, what a catch. He came up with it. The ball came out of his glove, and he barehanded it. Beautiful catch. They like to roll out the barrel a little bit later during the stretch. It's kind of the baseball version right there.
Oh, I don't know if he ever had that ball in his glove. It looked like he got his glove underneath it. It's loose right there, but he trapped it against his body, rolled over twice, bounced it off his knee. That guy's played some hacky sack right there. Nice catch, Milton Bradley.
So helping out his pitcher. Well, no argument from the Brewers. I mean, it was a catch, but once the ball kind of gets behind your body, the umpire's kind of guessing at that point, and it was the right call. Ground ball. What a play by Ramirez, but he's hurt. And Braun is going to stay at first, but loose coming out. Mark O'Neill. Aramis Ramirez is down, grabbing his left arm. Maybe it's his elbow. Oh, man, you hope he didn't blow out his shoulder. Really had to extend to field it, and he went down in a heap.
Well, he's still in a considerable amount of pain down there, laying right on the third base line. Mark O'Neill trying to get a read on exactly what the problem is.
Well, that looks bad. That looks really bad. Boy, you worry about a dislocated shoulder. He is in a pile of pain right now.
Fully extended, diving for that ball right on the third base line, and just wasn't able to protect himself against the ground as he went down.
I'm assuming Fontenot will go to third, and Aaron Miles coming in to play second.
Great stop. A couple of steps in a dive, goes down there. I'm not sure. He grabbed his hand immediately, but it may have been just a reaction to the pain he was feeling there. He's grabbing up higher toward his shoulder.
Well, it could have been both, to be honest.
Well, as always, we'll let you know as soon as we know. As bad as that looks, sometimes the shoulder just kind of pops out and then back into the socket again. Obviously extremely painful, but at times not as serious as it looks with the first vision there, but sure didn't look good.
So plug Miles into Ramirez's spot in the lineup. That's fourth. And that's an infield hit for Ryan Braun. A strike on Prince Fielder. Two great defensive plays in this inning, but one of them cost the Cubs an all-star third baseman. At least for the rest of the night, probably a while. And they had him picked off. Hey. Randy Wells had Ryan Braun dead to rights, and not a good throw to first.
They had him leaning the wrong way big time. Good throw gets him by a couple of feet there at first base, but Micah Hoffbauer has to go up and across his body just to catch that pickoff attempt.
They shift again. Terrio is on the other side of second base.
How about this, Len, for Mike Fondo? He started the inning at second base. Right now he's almost playing shortstop, and when the right-handed batter Mike Cameron comes to the plate, he'll be at third base. So he basically played 3 infield positions in this inning, or will have.
The kick and the pitch. High fly deep to right, and Bradley's going to catch it. Everybody in the park thought it was going to go, and it did not. Just stayed in.
Bradley made a tough catch earlier in the inning on Corey Hart. This one pretty simple. Just cruises back there to the warning track, just a foot or so away from the outfield fence. Doesn't have to leave his feet. Although all the Brewer fans here at Miller Park left their feet, they thought that ball was gone.
Almost interrupted those fans' dinner out there beyond the fence and right. Didn't want to interrupt them. Got a little kind of like a patio setting out in right. They have a restaurant in left. Foul pop. Hoffbauer's over. Don't trip into the camera well there. This has been a weird inning already. How about a lazy ground ball to short and get out of this inning?
Something routine, please. Unbelievable.
The kick and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Hill thought about firing to first. Braun wasn't too far off the base. Base hit center field. 2 on. With Hardy coming up. Four hits for Milwaukee. Add 2 walks to that, and they've had 2 runners on each of the first 3 innings. Slider for a strike. Hoffbauer will take it unassisted, and they've left 6 through 3. Still nothing after 3.
You do get a hint of drinkability right away.
Does my pen have writability?
Come on, people. We gotta focus. We're not leaving until we've met our budget. We need ideas.
We could cut back on marketing.
We could eliminate bonuses. How about we stop buying Bud Light for every meeting?
It's the only beer with just the right taste. Bud Light. The difference is drinkability.
It was a joke!
She wants to make up. We decided to turn in early.
We just know.
Finding the moment that's right for you both can take some time. That's why Cialis gives men with erectile dysfunction options. 36-hour Cialis or Cialis for daily use. Cialis for daily use is a clinically proven low-dose tablet you take every day, so you can be ready anytime the moment is right.
Tell your doctor about your medical condition and all medications, and ask if you're healthy enough for sexual activity. Don't take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Don't drink alcohol in excess with Cialis. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, stop taking Cialis and call your doctor right away.
Cialis for daily use or 36-hour Cialis. Ask your doctor if Cialis is right for you, so when the moment is right, you can be ready.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced nor retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs.
Let's check out who's moving forward with Toyota. Ryan Terrio's played in every game, showing off some power here recently. Mike Cameron will put it away. Again, that's tonight's Toyota moving forward, thanks to Toyota. Wouldn't mind finding Tundra territory here at some point.
Yeah, Terrio with as many home runs in a week as he hit in 148 ball games back in 07, 537 at bats, 3 home runs. Last year hit just 1 in 580 at bats.
Cubs without Derek Lee and now Aramis Ramirez tonight. When Bob Aramis was seeing the ball so well at the plate, 5 hits in Houston, including a home run.
Boy, we're showing no ill effects from that calf injury. Was moving great defensively, and you just keep your fingers crossed that's something minor.
If it is a left shoulder injury, even if it is quote minor, it may take a few days, because I mean that's the front shoulder on the swing, as Kosuke's had a really rough time tonight. So 2 outs, bringing up Aaron Miles. Meet the Team Have a Ball presented by Bank of America next Wednesday, May 13th at 2:30. Collect autographs on an authentic MLB baseball from the 2009 Cubs players and coaches in attendance. Limited tickets are available for $300 each. Proceeds will benefit Cubs designated charities. And to purchase tickets, call 773-404-CUBS. Aaron Miles has been pressed into duty because of injuries earlier. Aramis Ramirez with the calf. Now it looks like possibly a shoulder. Cubs go down meekly in the 4th. Still scoreless with the Brewers coming back on offense.
Denny, if you were president, seriously, you would nuke Iraq and Iran before breakfast.
A secret once lost is rediscovered.
Let him go!
Legend of the Seeker.
I love the car. Show me the Carfax.
Car flaps. Sure.
No. Carfax. Show me the Carfax.
Car maps. Sorry. Denver, Seattle.
Stop doing that.
What?
Carfax provides a vehicle history report so you can buy a used car with more confidence. Get it free at thousands of reputable dealers. Just say, show me the Carfax.
If you're like a lot of people, you have high blood pressure and you have high cholesterol. You've taken steps to try and lower both your numbers, but how close are you to your goals? There may be more you can do. Only Catawet combines 2 proven medicines in a single pill to significantly lower high blood pressure and high cholesterol. In a clinical study of patients with slightly elevated blood pressure and cholesterol, Catawet helped 48% reach both goals in just 4 weeks.
Catawet is one of many treatment options, in addition to diet and exercise, that you can discuss with your doctor. Catawet is not for everyone. It's not for people with liver problems and women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. To check for liver problems, you need simple blood tests. Tell your doctor about any heart problems and all other medications you are taking, or if you experience muscle pain or weakness, as they may be a sign of a rare but serious side effect.
How close are you to where you want to be? Ask your doctor if Catawet can help you go for both your goals.
The 2009 Chicago Cubs baseball season on WGN is brought to you by Bud Light. The difference is drinkability.
Four hits for the Brewers. The Cubs have but 1 against Dave Bush, as Wells works to haul in the bottom of the 4th. Hall a strikeout victim. His first time up. 1-1. Off the facing of the dugout. And Wells is ahead. He has gotten ahead, but a couple of times he hasn't been able to come up with that put-away pitch. But he does this time on the slider. Let's step aside and see what's coming up on WGN.
The Bob and Tom Show, tonight at 12 East, 9 West on WGN America.
Jason Kendall doubled as he bounced one over Ramirez in the second. They had him at second and third with 1 out. That was their best scoring opportunity, but Wells got out of it. To use one of Lou's favorite words, he extricated himself from that quagmire.
Boy, Lou was in rare form today down in the coach's room before the ball game. Very little of it had to do with baseball. He's a very entertaining man.
Keeps his mind sharp doing the daily crosswords. And that's why he comes up with those fun words. I'm sure extricate was one of those Sunday puzzles.
17 across.
Yeah, it's a good word. Have to believe invariably was in one. We all have our favorite pet words that we like to drop in now and again. Look, there's another one. 2-2 to Kendall, low and outside. That's golfed out into left center. Kosuke with the catch.
Boy, does he cover some ground out there in center field. Now, granted, he plays deeper than most center fielders in the National League, but gets great jumps, long strides after that ball. I thought that was extra bases for sure. Closed a lot of ground at the very end and made it look pretty easy.
Just gliding out there in left center. Now, here he doesn't have to worry about a hill.
And a flagpole.
Like in Houston, and a flagpole. Swing and a miss by Dave Bush. Play of the game last night. I mean, the Cubs pulled away. Well, this was a very significant moment as he helped out Ted Lilly. Well, look at the balance. He was able to twist and turn and make the catch. Punched foul. Well, Randy Wells certainly could use a 1-2-3. He's already thrown 70 pitches. And he's going to get it. It's the fourth highest scoring offense in the National League. He's kept them off the board through 4.
Extreme 3, the only disposable with 3 flexible pivoting blades and 2 conditioning strips for a smooth, comfortable shave. Schick Extreme 3, for your skin.
Check. Strength meets intelligence. The surprisingly efficient Ridgeline, built by Honda.
What are you eating?
Multigrain Cheerios.
So, trying to watch your weight?
No, why?
Nothing, it's just the box. It says it's low in fat.
Do I look like I need to watch my weight?
No. It just says it has 110 calories per serving.
Yeah, but there are other reasons why I like it.
I know. It's the box.
What else does the box say?
Box says shut up, Steve.
Multigrain Cheerios cereal, because it tastes good. Try new Banana Nut Cheerios with the great taste of real banana.
My doctor told me something I never knew. As we get older, our bodies become less able to absorb calcium. He recommended Citracal. It's a different kind of calcium. Calcium citrate with vitamin D for unsurpassed absorption to nourish your bones.
Well, for a scoreless game, there's been a lot going on. Not all of it good for the Cubs, as Aramis Ramirez had to leave after diving to stop a ground ball off the bat of Ryan Braun. We're still awaiting word on what the injury is. Looked like it could have been a left shoulder. And it'll be Hoffpower, Bradley, and Fontenot against Dave Bush, who has been efficient tonight. And he's gone 1-2-3 in each of the last 3 innings. 11 straight Cubs have been retired. I think we're starting to see how he has gone into the 8th inning 3 times in his career with a no-hit bid. Won't happen tonight because Terrio got him in the first. But when he's good, he's really good.
I think what we're seeing from Dave Bush tonight is he established that slow curveball early in the ball game, and as we mentioned, it made his fastball look that much better. He's got 4+ pitches that he can use out there on the mound on a given night, and when he's got his good command and all 4 pitches working, as you said, he can get deep into the ball game. I'm sure there have been other games where he established his fastball early in the game and then went to his breaking stuff the 2nd and 3rd time through the batting order. Tonight it was just the opposite. Establish the slow stuff, sneak in the fastball early.
Hoffpower got under another one. Cameron for the out. If you'd like to send us an email, we encourage you to do so. And we have a new email address, lenandbob@chicagonow.com. lenandbob@chicagonow.com. We'd love to hear from you. Judy Christensen from Glenview is here tonight, celebrating her birthday, rooting on the Cubs. I want to wish a big Cubs fan, Ray Gillick, a speedy recovery. And also Dr. Mark Friedman is the superintendent of the Libertyville Public School District number 70 here in the ballpark. He is retiring after 17 years and was recently named Superintendent of the Year in Illinois. 1-1 to Bradley. Made a great catch out in right earlier. Bush has not had too many starts like this against the Cubs. He's 1-7. Oh, that is crushed by Milton Bradley. Gone. 1-0. His third homer of the year. 2 of them have come here in Milwaukee. So the Cubs get on the board first.
Good to see Milton Bradley reaching out there, hooking that ball back into the right field bleachers. We had a shot of him in the ball game in Houston last night, sitting dejectedly on the bench with his head in his hands. He's just as frustrated as everybody else about the slow start that he's been off to this year.
Fielder fields and gets Fontenot. 2 outs.
Yeah, hopefully that's a first of many for Milton Bradley. Very aggressive swings in the game tonight. The most recent one resulting in his 3rd home run of the season. We mentioned back in that 2nd inning when Micah Hoffpower and Bradley both flied out to center field. They both just missed their pitches. Second time around, Micah Hoffpower just missed it again. Milton Bradley squared it up.
Hill lines to J.J. Hardy to end the inning. All right, Randy, you got your run. Go get him. 1-0.
I don't have to tell you what athlete's foot is like. It's annoying. And you just want it gone. So I get rid of it with Lotrimin Ultra. It's so powerful it kills all major types of athlete's foot fungus. Nothing cures better. Lotrimin Ultra, the 1-week killer cure.
When your neighbors ask who does your lawn, just open your garage. Excellent maneuverability. Wide range of cutting decks. And the quality and great price of Craftsman. Innovations, the broadest selection, and better value. No wonder Craftsman is among America's most trusted brands.
Do you two want to sit together?
No, that's just the money I could be saving with Geico.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
It's the money you could be saving with Geico. You were made for each other. You like money. He likes money. Well, he is money.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Okay, maybe it was my fault.
She told me to kill the weeds.
And you did, along with the grass.
I used the wrong stuff.
Oh, there were dead spots everywhere.
This is the right stuff. Ortho Weed Be Gone Max. It kills weeds down to the root. Even the tough ones like dandelion and crabgrass.
But unlike that other stuff, it won't kill the grass. Ortho guarantees it. Kill the weeds, not the lawn.
Weeds, not lawn.
Got it?
Yeah. Ortho Weed Be Gone Max.
Defend what's yours.
The Bud Light Concert Series is back. Aerosmith will be playing the Alpine Valley Music Theater June 13th, brought to you by Bud Light. Tickets are available exclusively at livenation.com. Aerosmith, June 13th, brought to you by Bud Light. Live music and Bud Light keeps it coming.
Randy Wells has a 1-0 lead. If he can get through this bottom of the 5th unscathed, he'll have a shot at his first major league win. Swing and a miss by Weeks. The A.J. Hinch era will begin in Arizona. He was named their new manager. He's 34, former big league catcher. No previous managerial experience. He was running the Diamondbacks farm system. He replaces Bob Melvin, who has been fired after a 12-17 start. Jack Howell will be the hitting coach. Mel Stottlemyre Jr., the pitching coach. So some changes in Arizona. And they play the Nationals later tonight. Base hit for Weeks. He's 1 for 3.
Len, the Brewers don't run a lot. Ricky Weeks on at first base with that base hit. Only 1 out of 3 on the season. Corey Hart leads the ball club with 3 stolen bases in 6 attempts.
Low for ball 1.
We did see earlier Ryan Braun trying to get a jump and steal a base when Randy Wells made that errant pickoff throw to first base. He was able to get back in safely, but he was ready to run on that pitch.
Dodgers finally lost at home last night. 11-9. Washington came back to beat them, and Ryan Zimmerman extended his hitting streak to 25 games. Giants are at Los Angeles later tonight. Terrio with the stop, the flip. They turn 2. How about that double play? Terrio and Miles teaming up. More stellar defense. Well, they're putting on a show tonight.
Well, they really are. Guys throwing their bodies all over the field. Ryan Terrio going up the middle, couple steps in a dive. Got that ball to Miles in good shape. We know Aaron Miles can turn it at second base. He hangs in there as good as anybody in the game with that runner bearing down on him. Ooh, big double play before the 3-4 hitters coming up here to the plate. Clean them off.
Strike 1 on Braun. Well, this hasn't been textbook for the Cubs starting pitcher. And we may see some action here at some point. But Randy Wells has not gotten rattled, which has served him well. Made big pitches when he's had to, and the defense has backed him up. Two and 1. Guzman will get his glove and start getting loose.
Wells' spot is due to lead off the top half of the 6th inning.
You kind of feel like if you get him through 5 with how hard he's had to work tonight.
Well, you take everything into consideration. Full house here at Miller Park tonight. His first start. Very tense ball game up to this point. Yeah, you'd love to get the 3rd out of the inning here and leave it at that.
He might empty the tank here, realizing that too. Try to find a way to get Braun and get out of this 5th. Well, he's had 2 strikes called in this at bat. Both have been pitchers' strikes. First one and then the latest. It's 3-2. Swing and a miss as Braun slams his bat down, flips his helmet in disgust. And then Randy Wells through 5, working with a 1-0 lead.
The tribute to Christopher Walken.
Celebrated a birthday this past week. Feel younger. Not sure how. Must be booze.
Could be.
Nobody has to tell you these are tough times. That's why it's a good time to get back under the hood, to keep that car running longer, and do everything you can to make sure a small job doesn't turn into a costly one. And AutoZone is here to help every step of the way. We're the one place you'll find the expertise, tools, and advice you can trust to help you do the job right the first time. Because do it yourself doesn't mean you have to do it alone. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Cake time.
Yeah, I got it at DQ.
Oh, hey, I'll take it in.
It's okay, honey. I got it.
Come on, baby, just let me help you out.
Well, you can grab the forks.
Give me the cake.
Fine. Here.
Thank you. Baby.
Look what I have.
I got the forks.
Yay!
Get the cake, get the glory. Dairy Queen Mother's Day cakes. Vanilla, fudge crunch, and chocolate.
I love the car. Show me the Carfax.
Car flaps. Sure.
No. Carfax. Show me the Carfax.
Car maps. Sorry. Denver, Seattle.
Stop doing that.
What?
Carfax provides a vehicle history report so you can buy a used car with more confidence. Get it free at thousands of reputable dealers. Just say, show me the Carfax.
Switch hitting Bobby Scales is going to bat as Ryan Theriot will hit third in this inning. Scales batting for Randy Wells. Both guys recently brought up from AAA Iowa.
Well, way to go, Randy Wells. Nice job. Filling in for Carlos Zambrano in the rotation. You know, Big Carlos would have twirled a gem in this ballpark. He loves to pitch here at Miller Park. And Randy Wells, 5 strong innings of shutout baseball here tonight.
Scales got the start on Tuesday's major league debut, and against the Giants, Tim Lincecum got his first major league hit. Over 3,300 minor league at bats before his debut in the show. And it's a fair ball. Scales headed towards second. And he's going to try for a triple, and he will get there. He slid way over the bag head first. A little overexcited. You can't blame him.
Throw a rope around him, man.
That's a leadoff triple for Bobby Scales.
Boy, Bobby smokes that ball down the first baseline past a diving Prince fielder, gets all the way down into the corner for Corey Hart. Scales with one last peek over his right shoulder, then looks to his left to pick up Mike Quaddy at third base. He waves him on, and Bobby Scales jumping in the pool there head first.
The belly flop slide. Well, he knows the score. I'm not talking about the game tonight. And he knows that too, as the infield brought in against Soriano. But he knows Ryan Friel is coming. And the Cubs are going to have to figure out their roster again tomorrow. And Bobby's going to go all out and not worry about the other stuff that he can't control. High in the air to center, sending Cameron back. Still backpedaling. He has it in the middle of the track. Scales will score easily on a deep sac fly by Soriano. His 18th RBI. It's 2-0. Time now for our high-def shot of the game, sponsored by Comcast.
Wow. Reminiscent of Charlie Hustle, Pete Rose back in the day. He just started that dive a little bit too late. Ends up in foul territory with his left foot on the bag. Good hustle, Bobby.
Cubs baseball in high definition is sponsored by Comcast. Backhanded on one knee as Hall throws out Theriot for the second out.
It looks like Bobby Scales is pitching a no-hitter. There's nobody close to him on the bench over there.
Freezing him out. Well, a really nice gesture from a former minor league teammate, Brian Sweeney, a pitcher who last couple of years pitched in Japan. Sweeney sent Scales a bottle of champagne when he got called up. There was a note attached that read, All the hard work paid off. Now that's all class. I think Bobby Scales has been answering a lot of texts and emails the last few days. Kosuke rings one into center. That's good to see after he struck out his first 2 times. We do have an update on Aramis Ramirez, and it's as we thought and feared, a dislocated left shoulder. No idea what the severity is. He is having x-rays done. And again, if we find out anything more, we will pass it along before we go off the air tonight. There goes Kosuke. Here's a throw by Kendall. They're going to get him. Fukudome caught for the 4th time this year. Inning ends, but they add on as Scales triples and Soriano knocks him in 2-0.
I'm the legend killer, Randy Orton.
On WWE Superstars.
Expect everything.
Chore. Choree. Rinse. Rinse. With McDonald's McCafe iced coffee, a better day is possible, or possible. Bold Arabica beans taste smooth and creamy. Sprinkle. Sprinkle. If you haven't tried an iced coffee yet, McCafe your day.
What are you doing, Bob?
I finally figured out how to get my lawnmower to sense precisely the speed I want to walk. It's going to be effortless. You see, it can read my mind.
Oh. Why don't you just get one of these? Toro Personal Pace Technology. Mowing has never been easier. Visit a Toro retailer or Toro.com to learn more.
Snapple.
Jim, we found better stuff.
What?
Look at this stuff.
That's good stuff.
Natural stuff.
Big news, everyone. We found better stuff.
What stuff?
This stuff.
I love that stuff.
I thought we already had the best stuff.
Yeah, but this is better stuff.
This is the new stuff. It's like the same stuff. This stuff's better.
Healthy green tea, tasty black tea, real sugar.
That's the stuff.
The best stuff on earth just got better.
Let's check out tonight's Honda Accord game summary. Visit your Honda dealer and test drive a 2009 Honda Accord. Bad news first. Aramis Ramirez had to leave the game with a dislocated left shoulder in the 3rd. But Milton Bradley, the good news, his 3rd home run of the year, giving Randy Wells a chance to win this one tonight. Bobby Scales with a pinch hit triple, scoring an insurance run on a sac fly by Alfonso Soriano.
In case you weren't with us earlier, let's take another look at the Ramirez play that took him out of this ball game. Tremendous diving stop, but then just collapsed in a heap right on the foul line. Mark O'Neill, the head trainer, came out. They eventually took Ramirez back into the dugout, and as Len said, a dislocated left shoulder.
Angel Guzman, the first reliever out of the pen. And facing Prince Fielder, who is 0 for 2. Last time up, he just missed a 2-run homer. Fly deep to the track and right. And he's going to fly to left this time as Soriano drifts over. The hop and the catch. 2 pitches, 1 out. So now all Randy Wells can do is sit back and relax. Right. Might be the longest 4 innings of his life coming up. But he did exactly what the manager asked. He has given his team a chance to win. Came up 4 innings short. He won 9 shutout. He got 5. But the Cubs will gladly take it. the plate. Well, again, you don't want to speculate too much, but if Aramis has to go to the DL, that definitely affects Bobby Scales, you would think, even with Ryan Friel coming tomorrow. We'll see what happens. We both know one thing. General Manager Jim Hendry's been on the phone since, getting updates on Aramis. Sure, talking with the minor league people. Jim made a trade today, acquiring Ryan Friel from Baltimore for Joey Gathright. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
A good slider from Angel Guzman. That's a pitch we don't see from him very often. He's usually fastball, curveball, an occasional slider, but came up with a real good one right there to strike out Mike Cameron. Well, you used the word several times for Randy Wells. Very poised, you know. It would have been easy to get so wound up for this start and then to step out of the dugout and see a full house here at Miller Park. Probably about 50-50 Cubs fans, Brewers fans, and he went out and kept his cool out there on the mound, made pitches when he had to, and put a 0 on the board. I would have to believe the hardest part for a pitcher like Randy Wells, when you know you're going to start that ball game, is the time leading up to it. You know, once you get out there on the mound, that's what you're comfortable doing, and that's what you're familiar with. But just the hours spent thinking about the start and going over the Brewers lineup in your mind, that had to be just as taxing as the 5 innings he pitched in this game.
Well, in that sense, maybe it wasn't a terrible idea that he stayed with the team. He was offered a chance to fly here on his own, decided to stay with the club last night and head here on the charter that got in really late. He probably didn't get to bed till about 3:30. I'm sure he slept into around noon. So that cut down on his day to think about all those things you talked about. Roll out of bed, grab some lunch, come on out and throw 5 shutout innings.
It's hard to believe he didn't want to come on to Milwaukee early.
2-2 on J.J. Hardy.
He must not like cheese. That's it.
I think he liked the major league accommodations. That's very deep out toward the wall, and it gets over for a home run. It's 2-1. Well, Hardy doesn't run a lot, but he has a lot of power. And he just knocked his 5th home run into the bullpen.
Well, after the good slider he threw to strike out Mike Cameron, tried to come back with the same pitch to J.J. Hardy, but left it up over the middle of the plate. That hanging slider gets banged as hard as any pitch in baseball.
Came on a 2-2 offering. Strike 1 on Bill Hall. Well, at the old place, County Stadium, balls would go to die in the gaps. But that's where you want to hit them here. They're very reachable. Got him, called strike 3. 2 Ks for Guzman in the inning. But Hardy puts Milwaukee on the board. It's 2-1 Cubs.
Chicago Cubs baseball is brought to you by Pepsi. Refresh everything. Visit refresheverything.com.
Yeah. May your hands always be busy. May your feet always be swift. And may you have a strong foundation when the winds of change shift. And may your heart always be joyful. And may your song always be sung. Sing it. May you
medicine that won't make me drowsy. Children's Claritin chewables? I relieve allergy symptoms without making you drowsy. And grape tastes awesome.
It's the #1 pediatrician recommended non-drowsy brand. Let your kids live Claritin Clear.
Schick Extreme 3, the only disposable with 3 flexible pivoting blades and 2 conditioning strips for a smooth, comfortable shave. Schick Extreme 3, for your skin.
I absolutely love playing badminton. Started playing after 30 years again, and it's wonderful. It keeps me young. My shoulder sometimes hurts, and my doctor said I was overusing my knees. And I said, well, that's not the answer I want to hear. A leave makes me pain-free, so I can move on the court. And you can't play this game if you can't move on the court and get to the bird and return it. I'm Anne-Marie Donahoe, and with a leave, I'll never stop playing badminton.
New one from Green Day. Tonight's Bud Light Fan Cam with just the right taste that never fills you up. The difference is drinkability. You like that one?
Yeah, that rocks. I like it. Sounds like a potential bash song to me.
Miles trying to bash one here against Dave Bush, who's into the 7th, trailing 2-1. Cubs with single tallies in each of the last 2 innings. Angel Guzman gave up a home run to J.J. Hardy, but the Cubs still lead. Curve strike. With that bat waggle, takes that high pitch and fouls it off to the left. Final in Philly as the Phillies beat the Braves 10-6. Doesn't it seem like every game at Philadelphia is like 9-8, 10-6? A great home run park. 3-2. And there are a bunch of them tonight. Kochman and Infante for Atlanta, Utley, Worth, and Coast for the home team. Pulled on the ground, right to fielder. Well, A-Rod had a game-winning home run in the first inning as the Yankees shut out the Orioles 4-0. So he's back. He came back about a week early. They were saying the 15th originally. Came back on May 8th.
Fast healer.
Nothing in one on Hoffpower. Hoffpower high and fairly deep, but very playable as Braun has it. Hoffpower getting under him tonight. He's flied out all 3 times. Go-ahead homer for Milton in the 5th inning. Deep to right.
They still shade Milton Bradley to the opposite field. Mike Cameron a few steps over toward the gap in left center field. Corey Hart straight away in right. That leaves that big gap in right center field.
Cubs have always played well in this ballpark. If they can win tonight, they'll be 10 games over 500 here at Miller Park. 2-0, missed again, 3-0. Season high 4 games over 500 on the year. For the second time. They were 8-4 through 12. They're 16-12 through 28. Still really haven't put it all together. 3-2. Strike 3 on the curve. As Bradley chatting with Tom Hallion. Midway in the 7th, 2-1.
Denny, if you were president, seriously, you wouldn't do Karakin around before breakfast.
Nobody has to tell you these are tough times. That's why it's a good time to get back under the hood, to keep that car running longer, and do everything you can to make sure a small job doesn't turn into a costly one. And AutoZone is here to help every step of the way. We're the one place you'll find the expertise, tools, and advice you can trust to help you do the job right the first time. Because do it yourself doesn't mean you have to do it alone. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
When your neighbors ask who does your lawn, just open your garage. Excellent maneuverability. Wide range of cutting decks. And the quality and great price of Craftsman. Innovations, the broadest selection, and better value. No wonder Craftsman is among America's most trusted brands.
It's good to get away.
What is this?
This is a travel napping, and I want you to stop wasting your money.
We got a good deal.
I can find a better deal than that in my sleep, if I slept. At Priceline, you can name your own price and save up to half off on hotels.
That's way less than Expedia.
Negotiation accomplished.
Watch the Cubs take on the Padres next Wednesday, May 13th at 7:05. Be sure to arrive early. The first 10,000 females 14 and older will receive a Cubs makeup bag, compliments of Bank of America.
Do you need one of those?
Sure. You don't have to carry makeup in them.
2-1 Cubs, bottom of the 7th. I know it's your favorite part of the job, getting ready for the on-camera portion of the broadcast.
Get out the paint roller.
Kendall old school, no batting gloves.
I was just thinking, you know, we saw Dan Ugla at home at Wrigley Field from the Florida Marlins, and he was real busy with his feet in the batter's box. But if you watch Jason Kendall, he's real busy with his hands. Looks like he's just constantly searching for a comfortable grip on that bat, but that's how he keeps his forearms loose as he's waiting for Angel Guzman to deliver the pitch. And then once the ball's on the way, he'll grab a tight hold on that bat and let it fly. Yeah, when you talk about old school, I don't know if there's anybody in baseball right now more old school than Jason Kendall. He is a real throwback.
I guess he went. I'll tell you what, his hands may have come through the zone, but I thought he held his bat back. We'll probably get another look at it, but Cubs will take it. Tom Hallion has had a few discussions with batters after strikeouts.
I think Kendall's argument, once again, we've seen from a lot of hitters this year, is the fact that home plate umpire Tom Hallion did not get help from the first base umpire. We'll take another look at the swing. Yeah, you mentioned the hands were out in front, but it did look like he was able to keep the barrel back. Yep, hang with him.
Chris Duffy batting for Dave Bush. Well, did you see the catch Duffy made the other night in Cincinnati? Wow, diving grab out on the warning track. I think it came in a blowout, but it was a beauty. Angel throwing hard. That one clocked at 96. We haven't mentioned it yet, but the last time we were here, Trevor Hoffman was on the disabled list to start the year. Well, he's not anymore, and the one thing the Cubs would like to avoid is hearing that AC/DC song this weekend.
Now, Hoffman's pitched in 5 games. He's got 4 saves. He's pitched a total of 5 innings, given up only 3 base hits, no walks, struck out 5.
Best way to avoid him is keep the lead.
That's right.
2-2 from Guzman. Bounced foul. Carlos Villanueva is up. He had 3 saves while Hoffman was out. Todd Coffey with a couple. Moved his hands, and it's full 3-2. Quality start for Dave Bush. The Brewers and Cubs coming into this game leading the majors with 17 quality starts.
You see the Cubs and Brewers atop the quality starts list. The New Royals, 16 quality starts.
Still 3-2. Looks like Lou's looking at some matchup notes as we get into the deep innings. Back to Guzman, who backhands and lollipops to off power. Would you rather see him fire that ball over there?
Well, for me personally, yeah. I mean, you know, he's throwing 96, 97 to the plate, and he threw one about 40 miles an hour over there to first base. I mean, you don't have to light up Micah Hoffman, but just give him a nice, firm throw. Duffy was hustling down that line on an easy comebacker and forced Micah Hoffman to jump out of the way of the runner at the last minute. Yeah, just a nice, firm, chest-high toss. You don't have to light him up and throw 100, but get it over there.
Called strike to Weeks. If you just joined us, Randy Wells went 5 shutout innings. Had to work in and out of trouble throughout his performance, but he's the pitcher of record. And Aramis Ramirez had to leave in the bottom of the 3rd after a diving stop behind third base. He suffered a dislocated left shoulder, the severity of which we are not quite sure. Emergency swing, even though it was 2-1. It was an awkward hack for a non-two-strike pitch. Heilman up. Swing and a miss. 4 Ks for Guzman in his 2 innings. We'll head off to the 8th. 2-1 Cubs.
Man, love that drinkability.
Drink what?
Drinkability. It's what makes Bud Light so incredibly refreshing. It's like a wave of refreshment, gently washing over your whole body.
It's getting bigger.
Here comes the refreshment. That almost never happens.
Easy drinking, always refreshing. Bud Light. The difference is drinkability.
No hard feelings.
Cake time.
Yeah, I got it at DQ.
Oh, hey, I'll take it in.
It's okay, honey. I got it.
Come on, baby, just let me help you out.
Well, you can grab the forks.
Give me the cake.
Fine. Here.
Thank you. Go, baby.
Look what I have.
I got the forks.
Yay!
Get the cake, get the glory. Dairy Queen Mother's Day cakes. Vanilla, fudge crunch, and chocolate.
Coppertone Sport. It's your edge over the elements. The sun, water. It's the one proven to give better coverage. It's waterproof and ultra sweatproof. Anywhere on the planet, there's no better protection. Coppertone Sport.
I'm Ozzy Osbourne, and I'm the Prince of Darkness.
The Lich King is the Prince of Darkness, Ozzy.
Well, maybe you're the one who's been riding a crazy train, but I've been the Prince of Darkness since 1979.
There can be only one Prince of Darkness.
World of Warcraft. Try it for free at warcraft.com.
Angel Guzman gave up a run, but able to keep the Cubs in the lead through his 2 innings of work. And the Cubs try to play add-on in the 8th against the Milwaukee bullpen. Big night for Milton Bradley with a home run and a great catch. So it's Carlos Villanueva for the Brewers. Last pitched in Pittsburgh on Tuesday, and he got his 3rd save of the year. Ball 1 to Mike Fontenot. Haul in on the grass down at 3rd. Cardinals coming back late. They're in the 8th. Bottom 8. They trail 6-4 against the Reds. Tyler Green with his first career home run in that game for St. Louis. 3-0 the count. The catcher's on deck. Former Cub Luis Vizcaíno, a tryout today with the Indians through a bullpen session. Indians have gone just 7 for 14 save chances. Cubs designated Vizcaíno for assignment back on April 23rd. And then was released. Chad Godin has been starting with the Padres. Fielder, 1 step to his right, and he beats Fontenot to first. Time now to look at tonight's AM/PM Player of the Game. Bob, Milton Bradley's had a good night both ways.
He really has. Great rolling, tumbling catch out there in right field. Juggled it, but was able to make the play. And then his third home run of the season deep into the second deck in right field. Our AM/PM Player of the Game, Milton Bradley. Too much good stuff.
Now Coy Hill, and we're waiting for somebody to jump into the on-deck circle. I see a bat boy, but I don't think he's going to hit for Guzman. How about Guzman for Guzman? Pulled fair. Down into that right field corner. Coy Hill on his way to second. He's safe. And Guzman will be called back. One of the other offshoots of the Zambrano DL stint is it does take away another pinch hitter. You have Derek Lee day-to-day. Ramirez out. So Reed Johnson's going to bat. Cubs are kind of getting used to having to deal with a short bench. Been a lot of weird day-to-day injuries. Well, let's put it this way, Bob. We hope the Ramirez injury is just day-to-day. Although it doesn't sound like it will be.
You'd much prefer to have to juggle that roster for a few days rather than call up a player to replace Aramis Ramirez for 15 days or more.
Stay tuned. The WGN News follows our ball game. Mark Sapelsa, Julie Unruh, Tom Skilling with the weather. Rich King will have all the sports.
Reed Johnson 2 for 3 lifetime against Villanueva. Also was hit by a pitch.
Looks like we'll see Aaron Heilman in the bottom of the 8th. Carlos Marmol worked in the last 2 games. Been very busy lately, so we may not see him tonight. Nice pick on the short hop by Hall. Bad throw. Gets past fielder. Hill to third. He's going to be stopped there as Johnson will get to second base on a throwing error by Bill Hall.
Second error of the season for Bill Hall. A relatively routine play. Makes a nice backhand pick, but then just airmails that ball to the outfield side of first base. A couple of runners in scoring position for Alfonso Soriano with 1 out in the inning. You like your chances of cashing in at least 1 more right here.
They're not going to give him a chance to swing the bat. They'll take their shot with Terrio and the bases loaded. Make sure you join us Sunday at 12:30. We'll sit down with the Cubs leadoff man on the leadoff man. So Terrio with another shot at a grand slam. He hit one on the last homestand. Mitch Stetter is up.
Terrio 2 for 5 this season with the bases loaded. Yeah, that was one of those, obviously a strategic walk. You take the bat out of Soriano's hands, but in the past, Villanueva had handled Soriano. 1 for 11 with 4 strikeouts. The 1 hit, however, was the last time Soriano faced him. He took him deep.
Note the Boston number, plate appearances with the bases loaded. 46 of them came last night when they scored 12 runs in 1 inning. Little tapper. Villanueva's going to throw to the plate. They get the force there. 2 outs.
too aggressive for Ryan Terry, though, in a bases-loaded situation. You got a breaking ball first pitch. There's nothing wrong with swinging at a breaking ball first pitch if that's what you're looking for, but I seriously doubt if Ryan went up there looking for a breaking ball first pitch, and if he did, he should have hit it a lot better than that.
Ken Maka's coming out. He's going to ask for Stetter, the lefty, against Fukudome. So lefty versus lefty when we come back.
Schick Extreme 3, the only disposable with 3 flexible pivoting blades and 2 conditioning strips for a smooth, comfortable shave. Schick Extreme 3, for your skin.
I'm Ozzy Osbourne, and I'm the Prince of Darkness.
The Lich King is the Prince of Darkness, Ozzy.
Well, maybe you're the one who's been riding a crazy train, but I've been the Prince of Darkness since 1979.
There can be only one Prince of Darkness.
World of Warcraft. Try it for free at warcraft.com.
Basically, it's about symmetry.
I'm good.
Be honest here, I mean.
Fucked it. I'm good.
My bad. I'm good.
I'm the man!
I'm good.
Ready? No.
Men can take anything.
I'm good.
Except the taste of Diet Cola. Until now, Pepsi Max, the first Diet Cola for men.
This is good.
A lot of the sun damage you have as an adult happened as a child. So protect your kids now. I use new Copper Tone Water Babies, pure and simple. It's strong sun protection in a gentle tear-free formula that won't sting their eyes. Copper Tone, the brand pediatricians recommend most.
Time to have a ball with our friends at the Illinois Lottery. The sausage race here in Milwaukee. Hot dog got off to a good start. I picked the hot dog tonight.
I pick the hot dog almost every night.
They're into the home stretch. Is it going to be hot dog? Is it going to be hot dog?
It is number 4. Tonight's Have a Ball thanks to the Illinois Lottery. Paul Molitor, the winner. So I would have said Brett Favre, but he's not that popular around here these days.
Not right now.
Mitch Stetter against Giovanni Soto for Fukudome. Strike one.
Well, Mitch Stetter's been extremely tough on left-handed hitters. They're only 2 for 22 this season. Right-handed hitters, however, 5 for 16.
To the shortstop, Hardy. They'll have time to throw out Soto, and the Brewers get out of this jam. Cubs lead 2-1, bottom 8.
Are you ready for the digital world? By June 12th, Antenna TV will be all digital. Remember to rescan your converter box or digital TV set, especially after June 12th. By rescanning, your TV set will find all the channels available in your area.
Commute. Shuttle. Shuttle-A. With McDonald's McCafe, a better day is possible. Introducing hot or iced mocha with freshly ground espresso, real steamed milk, and decadent chocolate. Cubicle.
There you go. Thanks.
Cubicle A. If you haven't tried a mocha yet, McCafe your day.
When we first bought the house, the lawn was nothing but brown. So I called my father-in-law. He's really good with the lawn, knows exactly what to do.
Well, I told him to use Scott's Turf Builder, and he said, well, I got this stuff. I took it, threw it in the garbage. Cheaper brands have filler, sand, gravel, stuff you don't want on your lawn. Scott's Turf Builder is pure food. Every granule is 100% nutrition. You get what you pay for every time. See what happens, Chris, when you listen to your father-in-law? He's getting the hang of it now.
I still think I got the better lawn.
Me. I don't care what he says.
All food, no filler. That's the Scott's advantage.
See you tomorrow, Steve.
Tony Stewart. Thank you, Tony.
Tony? Armor All wash, wipes, and tire shines. Go ahead, stare. And to clean your car while you shine, try Armor All Protect It.
Well, the last time Reed Johnson came off the bench here in Milwaukee, made a game-saving catch. Let's go back to the first Sunday night of the season. Prince Fielder thought he had tied the game off Ryan Dempster with a grand slam, but no. Johnson brought it back. One of the great catches in recent history, and Prince Fielder, all he could do is tip his helmet to Reed Johnson.
Well, I mean, you couldn't have played it any better than Reed Johnson did. Got back to the warning track when he hit the crushed gravel out there in right center field. He took one last peek at the fence, planted his foot, got up as high as he could, and no question, he stole a home run away from Prince Fielder.
Well, Aaron Heilman hoping that Reed doesn't have to reach over any fences as he works with no margin for error, and he's facing Hart, Braun, and Fielder in the eighth. Heilman has held Hart to an 0 for 3 in their previous meetings. Right-hander Seth McClung for Milwaukee. Ball four. At some point, Bob, they're probably going to get Hoffman up just in case. They have the tying run at first. Go-ahead runs coming up.
I think Lou would rather chew glass than watch one of his relief pitchers come into a one-run game and walk the leadoff hitter in the eighth inning.
Especially in front of two of the top home run hitters in the entire league in Braun and Fielder.
I mean, you may notice no Neil Cott's warming up in the Cubs bullpen with Fielder in the on-deck circle. That's because Prince Fielder 3 for 4 lifetime against the Cubs' only lefty in the bullpen.
Braun has walked, had the infield hit, in which Ramirez suffered the injury, and then he struck out, and that one gets past, and now Hart's in scoring position. 5 straight bad ones from Aaron Heilman. That's a wild pitch.
When the Cubs have had success against Braun in the past, they've gotten him with hard fastballs away, down and away, and then gotten him to chase a lot of high fastballs up above the top of the strike zone. You have to be really careful with breaking ball strikes or fastballs from the middle of the plate in.
Brewer fans being heard, 42,025. And a tight spot here for Heilman. That's driven deep to right, and Milwaukee has the lead. It's 3-2 as Ryan Braun has just hit his 7th of the year.
Third of the plate and down a little bit. Braun knew it right away. Went into his home run trot, if you want to call it a trot. Immediately watched the flight of that ball. Man, that's too bad for Randy Wells and Angel Guzman, who pitched tremendous baseball tonight. We mentioned all the great defensive plays we've seen by the Cubs, some timely hits. Now they're going to have to battle from behind.
And they're going to have to face the all-time saves leader. Oh, 2 on Fielder. And it's bobbled by Miles, but he has time, and Hoffpower able to adjust. Well, we saw it last night, Bob. Ted Lilly got behind in the first inning and gave up the 2-run homer to Tejada, and it happens to Heilman in a much bigger spot tonight.
Yeah, and once again, I don't think it was so much the home run, because Ryan Braun's a good hitter. He's going to hit home runs. That's what he does for a living. It's the base on balls that preceded it. In a one-run game, you have to force the other team to put the ball in play. No free passes.
Heilman's 1-0 to Cameron, a strike, 1-1. Cardinals lost in Cincinnati 6-4. Here it's 3-2 Milwaukee. Two balls, 2 strikes. Brewers have used the long ball again tonight. Hardy with a solo shot in the 6th, and the go-ahead 2-run homer by Braun here in the 8th. Cubs have lost their third baseman. They were hoping to win the game, and they had the lead for 3 innings. Miles, Hoffpower, and Bradley in the 9th. Again, Miles into Ramirez's spot. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, 2 outs. Hardy gave the Brewers a little life with his 2-out homer in the 6th off Guzman. That made it a 2-1 game. Everybody right now is simply anticipating Hoffman's entrance. Little pop-up. Coy Hill with room. And here comes Hoffman. It's 3-2 Brewers. Bradley will get a shot at Hoffman. Coming up, he'll bat third.
You can settle down. You can fire it up. You can tune it in, but it's still not summer until you bring it out. Bud Light Lime. Superior drinkability. Ultimate refreshment. A splash of 100% natural lime flavor. One taste and you'll find the summer state of mind. Bud Light Lime. From Wagner comes a revolution in power painting. Optimus dual tip technology. With a more refined spray pattern here, Wagner's dual tip design delivers better paint coverage here, superior control here, and a beautiful finish here. All of which adds more to life out here. The new Optimus Power Painter with dual tip technology only from Wagner. And now you can find Wagner's new power painters with Optimus dual tip technology at the Home Depot.
Weekendville. Paybackville. Truthville. Feed your summer fun with the full, juicy flavor of Johnsonville sausage. Create your own Ville at johnsonville.com.
The unbelievable Rey Mysterio. How does he do it?
WWE superstars. Expect everything.
This is what they used to do in San Diego. And now Hoffman, a Milwaukee Brewer, 558 career saves. He's the all-time leader. Came off the disabled list on the 26th of April. Had a sprained right oblique. He missed the first 17 games. Comes out to this really loud rocking music, and then he'll flip a changeup up there in the upper 70s, low 80s.
Basically just fastball changeup at this stage of his career. Lost quite a bit off his fastball, but as we talked about the other day, it doesn't really matter as long as you take the same amount off your changeup. Trevor Hoffman, a real good feel for that straight change.
Well, he's got the great big leg kick. One of the most fit players in the game today. He's really put together. And ball one to Aaron Miles. That's his fastball right there. That's a mid-80s heater. Ryan Braun with a go-ahead two-run homer, and the Cubs trail for the first time. One and one. Third major league team for Hoffman. Part of one season with Florida, 15 and a half with San Diego, and now here in Milwaukee. Two and one. Cubs had a great chance in the 8th to add on, and they couldn't do it. Bases loaded, one out.
All fastballs so far to Aaron Miles. Miles done a pretty nice job against Trevor Hoffman. 3 for 8 lifetime. No strikeouts.
Called strike 3.
On the outside corner, 85 miles an hour. Aaron Miles caught looking for that changeup. That's what Trevor Hoffman will do. It's such a devastating pitch, and veterans in this league know all about the Trevor Hoffman changeup. You catch yourself looking for that pitch, and you can't pull the trigger on the fastball.
Got that one up to 88. Derek Lee with his batting gloves on.
Lee 5 for 13 lifetime against Trevor Hoffman with a home run.
0-1. There's the first changeup. You see how devastating it is. 0-2.
Bottom just falls out of it. The arm motion, arm angled exactly the same as his fastball.
Fastball freezes off power. He doesn't like the call. Tom Hallion says, I've had enough. A lot of batters complaining tonight. Micah rarely does it.
The best heater we've seen from Trevor Hoffman in a long time. 88 miles an hour, that last one. Gotta believe the future Hall of Famer is going to get the benefit of the doubt on a borderline pitch.
Former Padre teammates. Strike one. He's thrown one changeup here in the inning. That's it.
Should be a changeup right here.
Four for 4 in save chances to start the year. A career 2.76 earned run average. This is his 936th career appearance. Old. Here he comes. 3-1. Fontenot on deck. He'll only get a chance if Bradley can reach. A chopper to Prince Fielder. He'll take it by himself, and Milwaukee with a comeback 3-2 win. Ryan Braun's opposite field 2-run homer in the 8th. Tough no decision for Randy Wells. And as tough a loss as this is, Bob, I think the bigger concern is about the Cubs third baseman, Aramis Ramirez. A dislocated shoulder. That could be a while depending on the severity of it. And we'll know more, I'm sure, in the next 24 hours.
Well, all good teams to get where you want to get at the end of the season, you're going to have to withstand your share of injuries. You just hope it's not long for Aramis Ramirez. We talked about it early in the ball game. He was really swinging the bat well since coming back from that calf injury.
So Stetter the win, Heilman takes the loss, Hoffman with the save. 3-2 Milwaukee, the final.
Next on WGN News, Drew Peterson smiling, cracking jokes as he's led away in shackles. The latest on his court appearance coming up. Plus, a look at a new law passed specifically for the Peterson case, but will it hold up? And the Cubs lose another one and lose their all-star to an injury.
I'm on the journey of a lifetime.
We're pretty much in the clouds.
But the story isn't over. So continue the adventure on Around the World for free. Now on Monday nights at 9 East, 9 West. A WGN America original.
Yo. May your hands always be busy. May your feet always be swift. And may you have a strong foundation when the winds of change shift. And may your heart always be joyful. And may your song always be sung. Sing it. May you stay forever young. May you stay forever young.
Every generation refreshes the world.
Cool.
Nobody has to tell you these are tough times. That's why it's a good time to get back under the hood, to keep that car running longer, and do everything you can to make sure a small job doesn't turn into a costly one. And AutoZone is here to help every step of the way. We're the one place you'll find the expertise, tools, and advice you can trust to help you do the job right the first time. Because do it yourself doesn't mean you have to do it alone. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
It's good to get away.
This is a travel napping, and I want you to stop wasting your money.
We got a good deal.
I can find a better deal than that in my sleep, if I slept. At Priceline, you can name your own price and save up to half off on hotels.
That's way less than Expedia.
Negotiation accomplished.
Ah, that hits the spot. It's drinkability. It means Bud Light is good wherever you are. If you're at a party, or playing golf, like those guys, or at the bar. Drawing on the door. Don't say draw.
Never filling, always refreshing. Bud Light. The difference is drinkability.
7 aces.
Whoa! That must be the coolest job in the world.
Actually, kid, I'm a fighter pilot. He's the lawn pro.
Mow like the pros and cut your mowing time in half with the Toro Time Cutter Z.
My doctor told me something I never knew. As we get older, our bodies become less able to absorb calcium. He recommended Citracal. It's a different kind of calcium. Calcium citrate with vitamin D for unsurpassed absorption to nourish your bones.
She wants to make up. We decided to turn in early.
We just know.
Finding the moment that's right for you both can take some time. That's why Cialis gives men with erectile dysfunction options. 36-hour Cialis or Cialis for daily use. Cialis for daily use is a clinically proven low-dose tablet you take every day, so you can be ready anytime the moment is right.
Tell your doctor about your medical condition and all medications, and ask if you're healthy enough for sexual activity. Don't take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Don't drink alcohol in excess with Cialis. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, stop taking Cialis and call your doctor right away.
Cialis for daily use or 36-hour Cialis. Ask your doctor if Cialis is right for you, so when the moment is right, you can be ready.
Chicago Cubs baseball, brought to you by Bud Light Lime. The drinkability of Bud Light with the refreshing taste of lime. The Illinois Lottery. Play the Illinois Lottery. Have a ball. Comcast. Catch more games in HD on Comcast Digital Cable. Call 1-888-4BEST-TV today. By Pepsi. Every generation refreshes the world. Visit refresheverything.com. And by Southwest Airlines. Travel Southwest Airlines for business and get where you need to go on time. Visit southwest.com today.
Well, the Cubs still have not won a game this year in which they score fewer than 4 runs. No exception tonight. For Milwaukee, 3 runs, 7 hits, 1 error, 6 left. For the Cubs, 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors, 4 stranded. Mitch Stetter got 1 out and gets the win. Aaron Heilman takes the loss to drop to 2-2, and Trevor Hoffman with the save. 559 now in his probably Hall of Fame career. 2 hours 25 minutes in front of 42,025. Budweiser play of the game, no doubt. Ryan Braun turned a 2-1 deficit into a 3-2 Milwaukee lead, and ultimately a 3-2 Brewer win. Reached for the perfect balance of flavor and refreshment. Budweiser, the great American lager. Our next WGN broadcast of Chicago Cubs baseball will be Sunday afternoon when the Cubs wrap up this 3-game series with the Brewers in Milwaukee. Our coverage starts at 12:30 with a 30-minute edition of the leadoff man. Join us then. Marshall and Suppan on the mound. Once again, the final, the Brewers 3, the Cubs 2. And now for my partner, Bob Brenly. For Mark Brady, Skip Ellison, Doug Stanton, Bob Borwald, and our entire crew, this is Len Casper saying good night. The WGN News is next.
Hey, everybody, check this out. Who wants white meat?
Tradition meets innovation. The surprisingly efficient Ridgeline, built by Hyundai.
So you've been doing a nice job out there helping people save money on car insurance.
Oh, thank you, sir.
But I think there are a few other things you can say about what a reliable company Geico is.
Right. Well, maybe our Geico's the third largest car insurance company in America. Nice tidbit there.
Exactly. And I've been thinking, looking a bit more businesslike might help too.
Oh, my. No, it's... What's the word?
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Coppertone Sport. It's your edge over the elements. The sun, water. It's the one proven to give better coverage. It's waterproof and ultra sweatproof. Anywhere on the planet, there's no better protection. Coppertone Sport.
It's good to get away.
What is this?
This is a travel napping, and I want you to stop wasting your money.
We got a good deal.
I can find a better deal than that in my sleep, if I slept. At Priceline, you can name your own price and save up to half off on hotels.
That's way less than Expedia.
Negotiation accomplished.
This is Chicago's very own WGN News at 9.
He called his handcuffs bling. Drew Peterson facing murder charges, yet cracking jokes. Good evening to you. I'm Mark Sapelson.
And I'm Julie Unruh. WGN's Lourdes Duarte has tonight's top story.
At first glance, Drew Peterson looks cautious and concerned as he's let out in handcuffs, but it didn't take long for the jokes to start rolling. Hard to hear, but here's what he yelled out. Quote, 3 squares a day, and look at this spiffy outfit. How can you beat that? Then he held up his handcuffs and said, look at this bling.
Just him trying to put on a show, like he's having fun with what's going on, but deep down inside, I'm sure he's thinking about what he did.
Cassandra Kales is Stacy Peterson's sister. She's Drew's 4th wife, who's been missing for 18 months now. Cassandra sat in the courtroom, even made eye contact with Peterson, the former Bolingbrook police sergeant, forced to basically represent himself in court today. Both his attorneys out of town, which is why the arraignment will be continued later this month. The Peterson team will be looking to lower the $20 million bond.
Criminal defense lawyers in the Chicago area and elsewhere who agree that unanimously that it's an excessive bond, and we're obviously going to make a motion to have a reasonable bond set.
On the other side of this case, Will County State's Attorney James Glasgow, who right now is saying nothing, fighting off the media when it comes to questions about how they'll move forward. As far as Peterson's latest antics,
joking for the camera, was making jokes. I mean, what do you make of that when you've worked so hard on this case?
Come on, excuse me. Come on, you're blocking the sidewalk. Obviously, it's a serious matter, and we're going to proceed full speed ahead.
And full speed ahead means if convicted for Kathleen Savio's murder, Peterson could face 60 years in prison. Although his arrest yesterday had nothing to do with Stacy Peterson's disappearance, her sister says it is still a step in the right direction.
I'm happy that Kathy's family has gotten, justice for Kathleen Savio. But this doesn't change anything going on with Stacy's investigation. It's still moving forward at the same pace. If not, maybe it'll move forward better, like quicker.
And even though Peterson was joking before going into the courthouse, once he got in front of a judge, he was very cordial, very polite, answered all of his questions. Now, Peterson's attorney has talked about bond being set too high. The Will County State's Attorney's Office defends that bond. They even say that in some murder cases, there is no bond allowed at all. They also point to another case where bond was also set at $20 million. Peterson returns to court Monday, May 18th. In Joliet, Lourdes Duarte, WGN News.
Drew Peterson's family is feeling the fallout tonight from his arrest. WGN's Antoine Lewis is live from outside the Peterson home in Bolingbrook. Hi, Antoine.
Hey there, Julie. Busy day here at the home in Bolingbrook, but for now the house is empty. No Drew, no children, and no alleged ex-fiance.
Drew Peterson's oldest son helped his younger siblings put their bikes, backpacks, and other necessities into his SUV. The 4 minor Peterson children are no longer at their father's house, as Drew is now in jail.
I feel bad for their families.
If Peterson's children left quietly, the same cannot be said for his on-again, off-again fiancée. A feisty or perhaps stressed Christina Raines arrived at Peterson's home early. Bringing help, she carried out container after container of her belongings, apparently gone for good, or so she told her dad.
She says, I'm done, Dad. I'm through. I'm finished. And I said, well, I've been trying to tell you this was going to happen.
The 24-year-old Raines was at work yesterday when authorities took Drew Peterson into custody. Peterson's arrest has brought the return of curiosity seekers eager for a glimpse of his home.
Married 4 times, 2 of them disappeared.
It took Christina Raines less than an hour to leave 6 Pheasant Chase Court, and with the roar of a Chevy Camaro engine and a quick middle finger to us from her friend, life with Drew is allegedly over.
I was jumping up and down for joy. I said it finally happened. I didn't believe it until my daughter called me.
As you come back to us live, a number of people are still making their way through 6 Pheasant Chase Court just to look at the house. But again, as we told you, there is no one here. Reporting from Bolingbrook, Antoine Lewis, WGN News.
Antoine, thank you. Hearsay evidence could play a big role in the state's case against Drew Peterson, the result of a new Illinois law.
But some experts say that law put the prosecution on shaky legal ground. More on that from WGN's Tom Negevin.
Cop-turned-accused killer Drew Peterson still cracking wise about the charges he's facing. Soon, his third wife, the woman he's accused of killing, will be speaking from the grave. The result of a new Illinois law, a law passed amid the media frenzy over the disappearance of Peterson's 4th wife, Stacy, allowing hearsay to shape the case against him.
And what it does basically is it says that, in fact, they may be able to use certain statements of Ms. Savio, even though she's not there to testify.
Among the possible evidence, items Savio's family showed WGN News a year and a half ago. Letters of protection in which she said Peterson would kill her to keep her quiet. Then there's her sister's testimony to a coroner's jury that Savio told her family it would be no accident if she died. But here's the problem. Supreme Court rulings that conflict with the new Illinois statute, reaffirmed as recently as last year the 6th Amendment right of the accused to be confronted with the witnesses against him. Rulings that go all the way back to 1895 and constitutional protection when the court said a prisoner should always have the right to face his accuser.
And now you got a state statute here, and they're going to be in conflict. Now the question is, can the state's attorney's office argue them to say he's still being protected? I say they're going to have a tough time.
It could be argued that this law was drafted specifically to put Drew Peterson behind bars, which would also be unconstitutional. But at least 12 other states have drafted similar statutes, and tonight some legal experts are convinced that Illinois' hearsay law will stand. From the newsroom, Tom Negevin, WGN News.
And stay with WGN for continuing coverage of the Peterson case. In between our newscasts, you can always get updates, WGNTV.com.
For the 3rd time, a man is convicted of murdering an 11-year-old girl he was babysitting back in 1992. A Lake County jury found 36-year-old Juan Rivera guilty of 2 counts of first-degree murder in the death of Holly Staker. Rivera was convicted at 2 previous trials, and both convictions were overturned. One in 1996 for errors by the judge, and another in 2006 when new DNA evidence appeared to exclude him. Staker was babysitting in an apartment near her Waukegan home when she was stabbed to death.
A wild ride for 4 high school students headed to prom tonight. The limo they were riding in veered across 2 lanes of traffic on I-80 near New Lenox, crashing through the guardrail. The students say the driver became disoriented before the crash. Witnesses say other cars came very close to hitting the limo. When rescuers showed up, they say other drivers were already there stopping to help. The students were eventually pulled from the vehicle.
One of my friends, he yelled out the window, he's like, "Get us out of here." And they had to break in another window to open the door.
The limo driver was taken to the hospital, but rescuers say they don't think he was seriously hurt.
A one-time presidential hopeful and Illinois Senate candidate found himself behind bars today.
Still to come, remember Alan Keyes? What he did to get himself arrested at the University of Notre Dame.
Plus, what caused this massive explosion at a Maryland strip mall.
You're watching WGN News at 9 with Mark Sapelsa, Allison Payne, Tom Skilling, and Rich King. This is Chicago's very own WGN News at 9.
Just watch
searching the web. It's called the Search Engine, and it's real easy to use. Go to WGNAmerica.com and click on the Search Engine link. Sign yourself up, and you can earn points towards free stuff with every search. The more you use the Search Engine, the more swag bucks you get to cash in. And if you tell a friend, you can double your bucks. So why not get free stuff for an internet search you were going to do anyway? It's the Search Engine on WGNAmerica.com, and it's your ticket to free stuff. And in times like these, who couldn't use some free stuff?
What's with department stores offering low prices on summer clothes after summer's over?
Sarah Carr, Burlington Coat Factory fashion buyer.
We've got amazing deals on top brands for the entire family every day, without the department store games. No coupons, no power hours, no one-day sales. Just great buys every day all summer long. After all, you should be able to wear summer clothes in the summer, right?
Save up to 70% off department store prices every day. Burlington Coat Factory. Everyone loves a great buy.
Who rules the world, men or women? I think for the most part, traditionally men have ruled the world. I think that they're in control.
Oh, dear. Do I really need to answer that one? What do you think? Women rule the world. Men are just here for the company.
Really?
Ask your wife.
The new Depend brand for women and men.
Sorry, miss. The girl can't help it. It's a Vlasic. Vlasic. That's the tastiest crunch I've ever had.
Kmart is celebrating Mother's Day with these Kenmore appliances, only $24.99 each, and just $59.99 for Kenmore microwaves. Kenmore microwaves. Kenmore microwaves.
Is that a hint?
You are quick. What Mom wants at Kmart price.
They're smart, and there's Kmart smart.
You're watching Chicago's very own WGN News at 9.
A strip mall explosion right on camera happened in Maryland. 6 stores were destroyed. Fortunately, mall customers and workers were evacuated before the explosion. Officials say the blast the result of a gas leak, but they aren't sure what sparked it. 8 firefighters, 1 gas company employee who were inside checking it out were injured.
A White House aide loses his job after authorizing that controversial New York flyover by an Air Force One jet. President Obama accepted the resignation of Military Office Director Luis Caldera last week, and without warning to the public, the jet and an F-16 plane flew near the Statue of Liberty and Lower Manhattan's financial district, terrifying New Yorkers. The flyover was intended to update the official photos of Air Force One. One-time
Illinois Senate candidate Alan Keyes arrested today while protesting President Obama's upcoming commencement speech at Notre Dame. Keyes was among some 75 protesters, first gathering at the school's front gate before some of them stepped onto the campus. 22 arrested and held on $250 bond. The protesters disapprove of the president's support of abortion rights and embryonic stem cell research. Notre Dame invited Mr. Obama to speak at the May 17th commencement. Looks like we're in store for some overnight rain tonight.
Up next, Tom Skilling will tell you what the rest of the weekend looks like.
It's Macy's one-day sale Saturday with morning specials till 1 p.m. These beautiful half-carat diamond studs, just $199. Save 50% on Charter Club and Style & Company linen fashions. This half-carat diamond bracelet, only $59.99. Our entire stock of pillows, now 60% off. Get 33% off stand mixers and food processors from KitchenAid and Cuisinart. Macy's one-day sale Saturday. That's the magic of Macy's.
If you look at the last 6 months, I think you'll agree that the production growth opportunity that we have for us with What is that?
That's the money you could be saving with Geico.
Tell me who's watching. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Well, hi there, baby. You know you want me. I'm so rich and chocolatey.
Good thing you've got Special K Chocolatey Delight cereal. With ice-cold milk, it's the so chocolatey, so satisfying, lower-calorie snack that gets you your chocolatey fix without undoing your day. So long, late-night cravings.
Come on, baby. Don't leave.
Hello, Special K Chocolatey Delight.
Snapple.
Jim, we found better stuff.
What?
Look at this stuff.
That's good stuff. Natural stuff. Big news, everyone. We found better stuff.
What stuff?
This stuff.
I love that stuff.
I thought we already had the best stuff.
Yeah, but this is better stuff.
This is the new stuff. Looks like the same stuff. This stuff's better.
Healthy green tea, tasty black tea, real sugar.
That's the stuff.
The best stuff on earth just got better.
Pollen. When I really like to be outside, I did not like suffering from nasal allergy symptoms like congestion. But Nasonex Relief, may I say, beautiful. Prescription Nasonex is proven to help relieve indoor and outdoor nasal allergy symptoms like congestion, runny and itchy nose, and sneezing.
Side effects were generally mild and included headache, viral infections, sore throat, nosebleeds, and coughing.
Hello, my flower.
Ask your doctor about symptom relief with Nasonex.
Beautiful.
Houses are damaged, trees uprooted, and thousands are without power in southern Illinois after 100-mile-per-hour winds wreaked havoc in Carbondale. The storms forced the cancellation of some commencement ceremonies on Southern Illinois University's campus. Forecasters are saying the area will be pounded by another storm tonight, and we said we're going to get our own bit as well.
Yeah, we've the second squall line of the day to hit Illinois is traversing the area tonight and coming in from the west, though in a weakening stage, having produced some a brief tornado touchdown south of the Quad Cities this evening and some 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts. We're going to tell you more about that squall line that hit downstate in Carbondale. That may have produced 120-mile-per-hour wind gusts and straight-line winds in Kansas, and could be the worst derecho. That's a fast-moving and prolifically damaging squall line that can damage hundreds, if not 1,000 miles of terrain. Look at our skies growing dark here, as I mentioned this to you. Maybe the worst one in a decade, says Dr. Joe Schaefer, director of the Storm Prediction Center, with whom we discussed that earlier tonight. 67 is our current temperature, so it's warm, and there's a fair amount of humidity in the air, so we're about ready to fuel some thunderstorms through our area after an 80-degree day at Itasca and Algonquin and Palatine. You can see the 79 degrees for a high today at Des Plaines. We had a 77 at O'Hare, the sixth day above 70, the longest such streak since September in 8 months. And it's mild tonight as these thunderstorms roll into the area with southerly or southeasterly winds blowing, likely to turn northerly and really pick up. But look at the wind gusts from the first squall line that went through downstate Illinois between 11 and 1 o'clock this afternoon. You see the wind gust of 70 miles an hour in Missouri. There's Lamar, Missouri at 73 miles an hour. Other gusts in Missouri in the 70-mile-an-hour range. And there's Carterville with a 79. Marion hit 74 miles per hour. These storms produce some dramatic pictures, as you can see, and I'm sure we're going to be hearing more about the damage. They traveled across a 1,200-mile swath and left damage in parts of 8 states. So it's pretty amazing. And the storms, even at this hour, 29 hours after they first formed on the Colorado-Wyoming border last night, are still doing their thing out here in Virginia and parts of West Virginia. Meantime, look at the squall line coming into our area. Cloud tops here to 35,000 feet. And again, a derecho is a band of thunderstorms. We'll track the history of this in just a second for you, but here's what's coming in tonight. And boy, this has been doing its own troublemaking out in western Illinois, because south of the Quad Cities, reports of a brief tornado touchdown. There have been 70 and 80-mile-an-hour winds in some of these storms. So while the tops are coming down, don't be surprised. You can see this arc right here indicating a little meso low right here, and that's supposed to deepen, say, our high-resolution models. There's a thunderstorm watch in the counties in yellow and flood watches or warnings in those counties in green. These are starting to come down as the system loses a little bit of its steam, but tornado watches are in effect all the way from Texas east into Virginia tonight. And here's the swath of rain that went across Carbondale and downstate Illinois with those powerhouse winds. Now, here you'll follow the whole 24-hour, actually 28-hour saga now of this storm, which formed right up here on the Colorado and Wyoming and Nebraska borders last night. Started as a couple of little cells up here, moved eastward, and you'll watch this line assemble right here. This is a 24-hour movie. And when this thing starts forming into a bow or an arc-shaped band, that's when it's gushing out damaging winds. Here it is going across. Look at this. It had a little tail right here. At one point, it almost looked like it had an eye when it went across central Illinois in this tail right here. This is a sign that the whole thunderstorm was probably rotating as it went through there. Little wonder that thing produced the kind of damage it did. And here's the line that is upon us tonight and likely to sweep the Chicago area with gusty winds in the next several hours. You can see all the damage reports, and again, it runs from Kansas east to Tennessee and western North Carolina, and it runs right along the jet stream. So what happens is these thunderstorms reach up to 40,000 feet, and they take some of that energy up in the jet stream and bring it down to the surface as these blockbuster winds and tangle with all this moisture and lift it and make storms. Here's our model forecast saying the line, these little scattered things are proxies for the line, goes through about midnight tonight, 1 a.m. And then the backwash clouds come in with strong winds tomorrow and these little showers that traverse the area from time to time with a much cooler temperature regime. There's the cutoff line on our 6-day-old warm spell right here. I'm afraid we'll not be back to 77 for a while till perhaps the middle of next week. And you know, hopes that we get into an extended warm spell have really kind of faded over the next 2 weeks. We'll get warm spells, but they'll come in little bursts. Next one again Wednesday. Turning blustery, much cooler after thunderstorms sweep the area in the next few hours. Low temperatures down to 51. The rains will turn off for a brief period, but they'll be back again tomorrow as light showers amid blustery, much cooler weather and gusty 30-mile-per-hour winds from the northwest. High tomorrow going up only to about 60 and down to actually 59 and down to 46 tomorrow night. And Mother's Day, a sun cloud mix, but maybe a sprinkle in the afternoon. The air loft's pretty cool, so that creates what we call an unstable atmosphere. It means warming at the daytime can lead to little spotty sprinkles or light showers in the afternoon, but it won't be an all-day rain. Monday, partly cloudy. Tuesday, 72. The winds start increasing from the south, and Wednesday, thunderstorms later in the day. Those could be formidable, but it could get up to 82 and be very windy and summery before they get here.
I am just recalling Mother's Day last year. Tom, it was a deluge. It was so wet. It was cold. It was miserable. This will be much improved.
She still harbors her anger, Tom.
Absolutely.
What do you mean?
Discuss this offset. I tell you, I am sorry about that, but you know, isn't that the truth? When do you think we can do better for our mothers than that?
I know.
We're
doing better this year.
Absolutely. We will indeed.
Tom.
Okay, Julie.
Thanks,
Mark.
White Sox hope for a second straight dominant pitching performance coming up in sports. The struggles, though, of Jose Contreras on the south side.
And the Blackhawks head to Vancouver on the heels of an overtime thriller. Rich King is next with sports.
Tonight, net presence not allotted.
Now, that's what a pickle should sound like. Classic. That's the tastiest crunch I've ever heard.
3 words for color like this, I want it. L'Oreal's Farrier puts an end to dull and flat. Color this prismatic, I want it. With triple highlights, I want it. Hair feels like silk the minute you rinse. So the shimmer I want is the shimmer I get. Farrier Hair Color by L'Oreal.
Live from WGN-TV Chicago, the official drawing of the Illinois Lottery.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Linda Kohlmeyer with your winning lottery numbers for Friday, May 8th, 2009. I wish you the best of luck. Here we go. First game is pick 3. The first lucky number for tonight is 5. Second number is 2. And your third and final pick 3 for tonight is 4. That makes the winning pick 3 numbers for tonight 5, 2, 4. Time for pick 4 game. Hope you had the most wonderful Friday and that you helped at least 3 people smile. Here's hoping you have a wonderful, joyous Mother's Day weekend. Back to pick 4. First lucky number is 9. Second number for tonight is 4. Your third lucky number is 5. And the fourth and final pick 4. 0. That makes the winning pick 4 numbers for tonight 9, 4, 5, 0. It's Little Lotto Time and Jackpot, $175,000. Best of luck to you. First winning Little Lotto number for tonight is 5. The second, 36, followed by your third, 14. Up next is the fourth, 16, and the fifth and final, 30. That makes the winning little lotto numbers for tonight: 5, 36, 14, 16, and 30. And Mega Million, $17 million for tonight. I hope you have the lucky winner. I'm Linda Comar. Good luck and good night.
Tonight's lottery drawing was brought to you by WGN TV and has been supervised by the accounting firm of E.C. Ortiz.
Kmart is celebrating Mother's Day with Jacqueline Smith tunics, just $17, and only $10 for women's sleepwear. Women's sleepwear. Women's sleepwear.
Is that a hint?
Huh? What mom wants at a Kmart price.
They're smart, and there's Kmart Smart.
Morning, kids.
Oh, pancakes.
I knew you'd be happy.
Bisquick Shake and Pour. Just add water, shake, and pour. Bisquick Shake and Pour. Shake, pour, make.
We didn't think this was going to work, right, honey? Sweetie. But KY Intense is pretty amazing. It's a gel, scientifically proven, right? You said it helps stimulate your arousal there. You said the big moment feels...
New KY brand Intense, KY's first and only arousal gel proven to intensify female satisfaction.
What's with department stores offering low prices on summer clothes after summer's over?
Sarah Carr, Burlington Coat Factory fashion buyer.
We've got amazing deals on top brands for the entire family every day, without the department store games. No coupons, no power hours, no one-day sales. Just great buys every day all summer long. After all, you should be able to wear summer clothes in the summer, right?
Save up to 70% off department store prices every day. Burlington Coat Factory. Everyone loves a great buy.
This allergy season, get relief for nasal symptoms and your wallet with Astapro, a prescription antihistamine spray that goes right to the site of nasal allergy symptoms to relieve sneezing, itchy runny nose, and congestion. Go to Astapro.com to learn about a valuable discount card.
If you're allergic to Astapro, Astelin, or Azolastine, don't use it. Also avoid alcohol, sedatives, operating machinery, and driving. Side effects may include unusual taste, nosebleeds, headache, fatigue, and sleepiness.
Ask your doctor about Astapro.
An urgent message from the Balkan and Eisbrook Hydroxycut Hotline.
The popular weight loss supplement Hydroxycut has been pulled from the market. The FDA has linked Hydroxycut to serious health problems, including liver failure, kidney damage, and severe cardiac problems. If you or a loved one suffered any of these injuries while using Hydroxycut, you may be entitled to a large cash award. Call 1-800-RESULTS today.
Call 1-800-RESULTS. You don't have to suffer. You just have to call 1-800-RESULTS.
When my allergies hit, I've got a great new way to hit back. I get Claritin Clear with new Claritin Liquid Gels, the first and only non-drowsy allergy medicine with pure liquid power. Claritin Liquid Gels, a powerful new way to live Claritin Clear.
Rich King got some breaking news about the White Sox here.
Breaking news about the Sox. Not good news for anybody tonight, Sox included. Pretty obvious it's time to pull the cork on Jose Contreras. Once again, he got pasted and saw his ERA jump to 8.19. The Sox getting clubbed by the Rangers on the south side. Ozzie showing great patience and great respect for Contreras, but end of the line tonight. Jose with a wild pitch in the second, scores a run, and he was gone by the fourth. Sox trailed 4-0. Then DJ Carrasco comes in, gives up more. Omar Vizquel, a base hit to right here down the line. Rangers going on to win this game 6-0 on a complete game effort by left-hander Matt Harrison. After the game, Ozzie pulled the plug on Jose.
We're going to start somebody out against Cleveland. Now it's our decision to find out who's going to be the best guy for that game. You know, how we're going to do it, we figure out. I just talked to Jose. How's he feel bad? You know what I mean? It's just, he feel great physically. But I just got in my office a couple minutes ago, and, you know, he's disappointed like everybody else does.
Meantime, Alex Rodriguez wasted no time in getting back after his hip injury. In this first game back, the first pitch he saw from Jeremy Guthrie, a 3-run shot, and the Yankees go on to beat Baltimore. The final was 4-0. Lou and the Cubs sent Joey Gathright to the Orioles for Ryan Friel this afternoon. They will need him sooner than expected because in the third, Aramis Ramirez makes a sensational diving stop on Ryan Braun, but he dislocates his left shoulder. Big loss. He's out for a few weeks at least for the Cubs, and then they lose the game. Ryan Braun again. The bottom of the 8th goes the other way off Aaron Heilman. 2-run shot. Milwaukee wins it 3-2. A painful night in every sense for the Cubs. The Blackhawks made the cross-country haul to Vancouver today, and it was far more enjoyable than it might have been. Thanks to a late rally in Game 4 last night, the series now tied at 2 games apiece. Face off 9:30 tomorrow night on the west coast of Canada in Game 5. Hawks were less than 3 minutes away from a 3-1 hole in the series when Marty Havlat tied the game at 1-1 at the end of regulation. Then in the overtime period, the Bulin Wall comes up big. Makes some great saves there, allows the Hawks to get the puck down the ice once again and get the game winner. It came from Dave Boland. Andrew Ladd, the redirect, and the Hawks win 2-1 to even the series at 2 apiece.
I think we did a very good job of sticking with what we wanted to do and staying patient and not trying to force stuff. And you know, it's a credit to this young group who's learned very quickly and in the playoffs the way what we need to do to win.
There's always a defining moment in series and games during the season and the playoffs. And, you know, hopefully that can be something that we can maybe hold our hat on. But at the same time, we shouldn't be satisfied with anything that took place tonight. The challenge going forward is even higher and tougher and more challenging.
Tonight, the Pens and Caps in Game 4 at Pittsburgh, and the hometown fans went home happy. Miroslav Satan sets up Sidney Crosby, and he will bury it. Pittsburgh wins 5-3. They even the series at a game apiece. Anthony Johnson and Stan Van Gundy share a few pleasantries in the Magic bench, but a line that would go on to beat the Celtics in Game 3 of that series. Dwight Howard, the slam. Orlando wins it 117-96. They lead the series now 2-1. Leader at the Players' Championship is Alex Cheka, who nails a birdie here. He shot a 567, leads by 2 shots over Ian Poulter. Well, as for Tiger Woods, for a while he was in danger of missing the cut. But he did survive thanks to a birdie here on 14. Tiger at a 69. He is 4 under par and 7 off the pace, tied for 22nd place. A long way to go.
Yeah, give it a day or two.
That's right. It's a Sunday. That's right.
It. Well, that's it for us. Happy Mother's Day weekend, everybody. I'm Mark Sapelsa.
And I'm Julianne. Have a good one. Good night.
We now join our program already in progress.
Wow. Elliot, I wouldn't take that if I were you.
Or why a friend is mad at you instead of the guy.
Today, we're taking an important step to protect the men and women on the front lines, our police officers and firefighters. All of our friends here.
Our governor signing a new law to help protect first responders who get cancer and other infectious diseases. Under the measure, the diseases are presumed to be job-related, an assumption that boosts pensions and other benefits. Culver also says first responders have higher than normal rates for certain diseases, including cancer. Employees will pay for the extra benefits through increased contributions to their health plans. Even though it's the off-season, time is ticking for the iWireless Center, and support QCHockey.com to get a new Quad City team for next season. KWQC's Corey Kuffler shows us what's being done.
The future of hockey in the Quad Cities is skating on thin ice, but iWireless Executive Director Scott Mullen and Beacon Sports owner Howard Cornfield have been working around the clock to find a team for next year.
We've got 3 prospective groups that have been in here that we've met with, and possibly a 4th. And, you know, time is of the essence.
Ownership groups from the International Hockey League, the East Coast Hockey League, and the Central Hockey League have all shown interest in coming to the Quad Cities. All are minor leagues, and all are different levels of play.
In all scenarios, we're looking at an expansion team. A lot of it has to do with the ownership group, where they want to be, and what their financial background is.
We're trying to make sure that whoever comes in here has the resources to put a very good team on the ice and to field a great organization off the ice.
Another thing potential ownership groups are looking at, how strong is the fan base?
We're at the point where if the fans don't step up who want hockey here, there's a chance it won't be here.
In Moline, Corey Kuffler, KWQC, TV6 News.
Scott Mullen and the Iowa Wireless Center are hoping to have an ownership group in place by the May 21st board meeting. If you want to show your support for hockey in the Quad Cities, go to kwqc.com and click on Saw It on 6.
The DNR is telling us tonight E. coli is higher in the creek system of the Quad Cities after a sewer leak on Silver Creek in Davenport. At the site of the spill, tests show 7,500 E. coli units. Just 50 to 100 feet downstream, it is already diluted to 780 units. But that is still above the acceptable measures of 235 units. The city is asking you not to play in Silver Creek or Duck Creek. But Iowa American says they already take precautions for drinking water that comes from the Mississippi River. Today, crews have been dumping large rock along the creek bank, building a wall designed to prevent erosion. The leak has been fixed. The city will also reseed part of the backyard they went through and put the fence back up.
They knew this was a problem. They knew that this was going to happen eventually, and that they just waited too long. They've done a pretty good job at stabilizing the wall, stabilizing the pipe.
We do have it on our radar screen now. We'll have to be monitoring this closer in the future.
The city will foot the entire repair bill. We are told that it will be more than $10,000. They are not facing a fine from the Iowa DNR. More evacuations are being ordered in the Santa Barbara area as California wildfires spread. A raging wildfire that has destroyed scores of homes in the hills is threatening a celebrity enclave. The number of people ordered to flee climbed to 30,000. Tens of thousands more were warned to be ready to leave at a moment's notice. Officials said 11 firefighters had been injured, including 3 burned in a firestorm on Wednesday.
Now, your First Alert Live 3D Doppler forecast with Chief Meteorologist Ryan Burchett.
Earlier this evening, the entire viewing area was under a severe thunderstorm watch until midnight. That's been canceled for almost all of us, save just a couple counties here to the southeast of the Quad Cities, including Knox and Stark County in our viewing area. But the severe threat does look to have passed for most of us as the strong storms that slammed through here this evening now well to our east. We could still see a little of this light rain pivot back through here on the backside of this low. You can see the spinning going on here. And as that moisture wraps around, we could see a few light showers for our northern counties, especially overnight tonight, but the bulk of the rain has passed as the cooler air moves in behind that low. A cold front kicking off those showers earlier today and bringing us the strong storms earlier tonight. As we look closer at live 3D Doppler right now, the showers pretty well out of here back to the east now, and just still seeing some rain here southeast of Princeton, but nothing of great concern as far as severe weather goes. Now, you were with us earlier tonight. We were on the air for about 45 minutes with a tornado warning, as we did have or the National Weather Service confirming a touchdown of a tornado about 3 miles north of Little York tonight at about 8:15. That was only on the ground for about a minute or so, according to spotters who saw it touch down. There were spotters chasing this storm as it worked its way eastward. Then just northwest of Alexis at 8:21, we had reports of a funnel cloud coming down. However, it did not touch down officially, so good news there. Meantime, elsewhere, we did see some moderate to heavy rainfall in a few spots out there, and that heavy rain is not what the doctor ordered in a few spots, but for many of us, pretty manageable. It just came all at once. I had a report in Clinton of about 2,300s, in the Quad Cities, 2,100s in Moline. Here at the station, we had about 3,600s. Also near Grandview, about half of an inch in a matter of about an hour or so. And in northern parts of Washington County, about 3,300. So good rain that moved through pretty quick, but we don't need a whole lot more rain, and we're going to have a chance to dry out here. Temperatures checking in mid to low 60s for us out there tonight. We'll fall down to about 50 degrees as the cooler air continues to spill in. Many of us still seeing our winds out of the south out ahead of things, but starting to shift around to the west, and you see where those westerly winds are. Things are really starting to pick up anywhere from 15 to 25 miles an hour. As that front continues eastward, we will see those winds pick up, last through the night tonight and through the day tomorrow, and that's going to keep things feeling cool for us. As the showers continue to exit on out of here overnight into tomorrow morning, that chance a little of that light light rain could pivot on through here on the backside of that system. To start the day tomorrow, we could see an isolated shower north of I-80 or a sprinkle. I think most of us are going to stay dry, and clouds lingering through much of the day will clear out late in the afternoon and overnight to tomorrow night into Sunday would clear out completely. Mother's Day is looking beautiful, although cool out there. We're looking for sunshine in mid-60s. So tonight, mostly cloudy skies, breezy, that slight chance for a light shower to the north. As we move through the day tomorrow, we'll see clouds early, becoming partly sunny by afternoon, 64. Northwest winds are still going to be breezy, 15 to 25 miles an hour. And tomorrow night, we drop down to 41 under partly cloudy skies. A cool start to Mother's Day. We warm back into the mid-60s and start warming up as we head into next week. 4 days or so to dry out before showers and thunderstorms are back in the forecast. Late Tuesday into Wednesday, potential for some strong storms again midweek of next week, so we'll keep an eye on that. In the meantime, the most important thing is whether it's Beau Arts or taking mom out to lunch or something like that, the weekend is looking great.
That's good, because I was in Muscatine, the Salvation Army banquet tonight, and about 8 o'clock that rain came down hard.
In a hurry, that's right.
Yeah, Ryan, thank you. Silvis police have determined that a death they were investigating happened by natural causes. 49-year-old Donald Flores was found unresponsive at home. Police now saying he died of an aneurysm. Overnight, Davenport police hit the streets for a special enforcement operation. Tonight, the results of Operation Midway. They looked for seatbelt violations, speeders, and those driving impaired. They ended up giving out more than 200 traffic tickets and warnings, the most for seatbelts, 73. They also got 9 people for operating while intoxicated. Plus, they arrested 2 with outstanding warrants and 1 person for assault. Officers are saying if stops like this keep even 1 person from drinking and driving, it is worth it.
A perfect spring day for a little cleanup. Teams of volunteers worked in downtown Davenport today, picking up litter and getting ready for a big weekend downtown. Each company adopts a 2-block area, and most of the volunteers work in the area.
We are downtown, so it's important to us to have a beautiful, clean place for other people to come down and visit and do business.
This is the 25th year for this cleanup. Well, computer hackers targeting medical records in Virginia and holding them for ransom. The latest on the investigation.
Plus, an idea to move prisoners out of Guantanamo Bay and into Michigan. The story when we come back.
American, with a competitive